2019, the third stop in the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. As you can probably tell, our crowd is ready to go. This is a very international top 8, and we have multiple parts of the world covered, and I think we can expect some ridiculous games here.
Top 8 and 7 flags. This is an international showing if ever we've seen it. Of course, we are here in the heart of Austria in Vienna, and we have some of the absolute best players around ready to play. As of course, this is pro competition, so we have points and prize money up for grabs. But some players here that have already managed to get themselves some points around some of the events already. So this is going to be an integral part of the tour, as of course this is the third stop, but the first European event. This is an international showing if ever I've seen it.
I mean, if we've been seeing European coverage in the pro competition so far, it's basically been international boys in general traveling over to America for Combo Breaker and for CEO. I think their sort of success has kind of been here and there, but what I love so much about Viennality in particular is that it's a perfect opportunity for other parts of the world to really show everyone what they bring to the table when it comes to MK. I mean, I feel like when it comes to Mortal Kombat in particular, Europe has always had a very, very deep love for this game. I mean, even Viennality last year, one of the main games was Mortal Kombat X, and Europe absolutely cared just as much about that. There is definitely going to be a hometown advantage here. The first matchup is going to be a Foxy Grandpa versus PG Hayate, and whilst everyone's happy to see the Canadians in attendance, Foxy is going to be the player everyone wants to see win.
But that's just one match of top 8 we have ready to go. Let's take a quick look at the bracket to see what to expect. Of course, Foxy Grandpa from the UK against Hayate is going to be our first match of the day. Hayate, one of 3 Canadians to make the trip, alongside Biohazard and Honeybee. Dizzy TT, the young up-and-comer from the UK, is going to be facing off against Tekken Master of the Middle East. You've seen both these names before, even this year alone. But dropping down into the losers, we're going to have Yamini, who we saw really burst onto the scene at Viennality last year in Injustice 2 against Boki, the hometown hero of Vienna, with that crazy Kung Lao. And then finishing things off is going to be Asadamatsu from Italy against Shark Teeth, once again from the Middle East.
You'll be recognizing some of these names from the Injustice 2 Pro Series. Some of them you might remember from the days of Mortal Kombat X. But as you can already hear, we're going to be getting ready to go. So this matchup's going to be Aaron Black versus Kung Lao. Foxy still rocking Kung Lao all the way. No more Cassie until Shang Tsung is legal.
No, I feel like watching Foxy's Kung Lao, since he's pretty much made the decision to play just Kung Lao, he's looked a lot more comfortable, a lot more kind of into his own element, and Hayate bringing in that Aaron Black again, looking so strong. But this is officially going to be it. I believe this is going to be no button checks. They've done the fist bump. 3 out of 5 territory. No more 2 out of 3 here, my friends, as we're going to look for our first winners finals participant. I think they're going to let it rock, for sure, 100%.
And I'm going to keep quiet while it happens. Come on, with this hat, go on.
You miss all the outworld fun. One man's fun is another's waste.
So this is going to be officially the first match of Viennality 2019 Top 8. It's going to be Foxy Grandpa of the UK and Hayate flying in all the way from Canada. Both of these players have looked so dominant this entire tournament. What a matchup.
But I mean, both these players are really well known for kind of sticking with one character and really trying to make it rock. If you've seen Foxy before, you know this guy likes to grab. It's the mix-up forward 4-all grab. If you're going to disrespect and challenge, forward 4 chews you up. If you sit and wait for the mid, grab finishes you off. Z-Hat. And here comes the pressure.
Oh,
wonderful
okay,
whiff.
No, he
misses
missed
the string.
Yeah, didn't quite get it. Into a whiff punish on the dive kick from Foxy. Deep jump kick. They respect Hayate. Very respectful player. And I feel like that's going to be a style that you have to go against Kung Lao. Because if you want to disrespect Kung Lao's options, he is just going to chew you up and spit you out, especially in the hands of Foxy.
Love that dive kick making the slide whiff, but... Well, the gunshot whiff, actually, sorry, I should say. But it's a very, very slow match until we get point blank, you know, because Aaron Black has that sort of tried and true overhead mix-up there. And then Kung Lao, you know, it's going to be grab or mid. We say this over and over again because it's so prominent. Now, Foxy, content sitting there. It's very hard to throw this man, very characteristically. With a throw text, throwing a spanner in the works with that spin on block. Very risky, but it's going to work out. Hayate, will he pull the trigger on Fatal Blow? No, he won't! Amplify the hat! And we're going to get a confirm into spin for round 1. Now, a crucial thing at the end of that round, those of you a bit more aware would have seen, the escape failed, so Foxy Grandpa does have that back throw crushing blow locked and loaded. Now, will he save it for a rainy day, or will he just pull the trigger whenever he gets the chance? I don't know. Hayate going to get a grab here. 2 very snowball-heavy characters, right? But Aaron, he needs the knockdown. Aaron needs the knockdown to get his game started. Wow. The quick crouch into the whiff punish with the high. Drops the combo, though. Foxy leaving a lot of damage on the table. Now, Foxy... Doesn't usually drop that combo, but I feel like this immediate first game with top 8 has had a bit of a bearing on both these players. Hayate dropping the string at the very beginning and not getting the follow-up he was looking for either. Wonderful whiff punish, taking the plus frames on down 3. Now he's going to enforce. Here's the launch, down 1 as well. And we're going to go for damage, into amplify, into acid pressure. Hayate now really content sitting there holding every single forward 4 Foxy sends his way at the moment.
Well, and as well, respecting the advantage of the jump kicks, right? Foxy's doing these deep jump kicks all the time. No, he's not going to spend it. Not going to spend it. Not until it's absolutely guaranteed.
Maybe now.
Maybe. No, he's holding it.
You madman. He's really trying to fish for it. He goes for the counter poke fatal blow using the armor to power through. And honestly, I'm genuinely surprised he held it both times in a row. Is this going to be enough to kill?
Not quite. Oh, the roll into the grab, and that's going to be enough damage. Foxy Grandpa not going to be able to take down all, but Hayate, he's not holding on to it. He's absolutely going to spend the throw crushing blow. Gone. Both players with some very useful utility now not on the table. Hayate losing that throw, Foxy Grandpa losing that fatal blow. Oh, whip punish. Immediate reaction on that teleport.
I mean, that's going to be just data for Foxy, really. I mean, he put it to the test, and Kung Lao's teleport definitely not what it used to be. The highest level of players can react to that with a down 1 every time. Hayate absolutely going to be one of those. Now, believe it or not, the crushing blow throw is still locked and loaded. I do wonder if Foxy's going to be in a position to actually enforce that. What a turnaround.
Okay, no. Oh, we might see it now. And there it is.
Going to use it to take the life lead away.
Obviously held that 3 times. Escape failed again. Hayate.
Watch out for that fatal blow, though. 10 frames on startup. One of the better fatal blows in the game. Wow, wake up.
Oh, if that whiffs, he could have died. And there it is. He waits, but the pushback. Hayate still alive. Oh, down through catching him, jumping out into another throw. Foxy Grandpa sticking to it, and it's going to be a brutality to start things off in this top 8.
Normally, Foxy fishes for brutality in tournament, but that was just another part of the extended mix-up. You'll notice that most of the time, Foxy threw out a forward 4, that 2-hit kick. Every single time, Hayate was content to sit there and take it. And at the last minute, he's enforcing grabs at a much more unpredictable time. The thing about keeping a mix-up that simple is that players of almost every skill level are victim to it. They have to hold it just like everyone else.
It's true. It's legit. You know, there are no gimmicks here. This is all conditioning. And it's why Foxy is so good at enforcing it, right? He is so good at just making the reads, enforcing his decisions. Hayate, wake up down 3, going to be able to take the advantage away again. Oh, Hayate again, he's a very respectful player, but at the end of the day, like, I feel like Foxy's the kind of player that will use that against you if he really senses that you're just never going to challenge on defense. But at the same time, Hayate, we're already beginning to now see these jump kicks. He is going for these pokes, and there's the whip punish. Unfortunate for Hayate. Big combo coming out from Foxy. Oh, going to use the bar on the setup, not the combo. Trying to fish for more. Okay, the back two connects. Strong mid. Hayate going to enforce it. And there's the setup with the acid. Wake up. Ooh, good throw tech. Crucial throw tech, in fact. Keeps him in the acid, and the acid's where the moneymaker's going to be. The neutral jump kick. No full combo there, unfortunately. Wake up fatal blow and trying to be a little bit eager. Hayate, I love the patience. And I mean, patience is what Hayate was always known for. Now those kind of like reversal fatal blows, right? It's being used for the armor. It's not a very Foxy thing to do to kind of throw out you know, a fatal blow like that, but I think going for an armored reversal with the kind of playstyle he enforces, it can completely throw you off.
Well, it's a game of taking turns, right? If you block forward 4, in many ways, it's your turn to now do something against Kung Lao. If he's minus in any way or whiffs a grab, again, it's your turn. The moment you throw out armor, it will make you second guess.
Okay, there it is. We're going to see that Scud Shot be a big thorn in the side of that full screen game. You know, we're used to seeing Foxy go for those Z-Hat game full screen, you know, the guided hat, trying to really establish some threat. But the Scud Shot's going to say no. There's not a big whiff punish, but enough to take some advantage. And the Scud Shot again coming through. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, that dash in down 3 definitely to make the jump kick whiff and actually gives Hayate some form of offense. And there's the neutral jump for another time in a row. And yeah, up 3 on wake up, and that's a full confirm now.
That's probably going to be death.
He's going to get acid too. This should be death.
Yes. Okay, cool. The patience, Hayate going to be waiting out the acid. Really patient play at the end there. He had the life advantage on his side. Foxy didn't have too much to threaten with there. Could afford to be patient.
But it was also Hayate's positioning. And I think that's what's really important in this matchup is that he was actually more often than not outside of down 3 range. So he's not going to get those plus frames he has to hold into the tried and true mix-up. It was just a game of spacing. And I think in game 2, his spacing was so much better. Hayate definitely adapts faster than most. That was what he was really famous for.
That's why he's won his top 8, dude. Hayate, he has been a top 5 player, arguably, in almost every NetherRealm game he's competed in. And really showing us why. Whiff punish again. Hayate with the knowledge.
I mean, he knows he can make whiff. But that's the thing. Like, some of these characters have really unique situations. And actually went for it again, even though he mistimed it. The knowledge and the attempt was there. He could have easily whiff punished and got another punish. Forward throw. Now, the forward throw, a much more likely throw for Kung Lao because the reverse throw can be looped. There's the down 2 crushing blow. And Foxy, because he wake up attacks, has no no defensive bar to break away. And now, oh my word, he's actually dead. His toes in the acid, man. Increased damage.
Now, a mistake we're seeing Foxy consistently make here, though, is normally he's very good at reacting to whether you've delayed wake up or not, and then committing to his option from there. Right here, we're seeing him go for a lot of throws too early. Hayate hasn't decided what kind of wake up to go for yet. There is the amazing flawless block reversal. But Foxy, he's committing to throws a lot of the time, and he's kind of just getting whiff punished for free, and Hayate is consistently making him pay for it.
He's playing this matchup really well. He knows the jump, and again, that down one reaction, always ready. Do not challenge this man, and he is just zoning Foxy out. Here, there, and everywhere. But I was mentioning the jump kick, it jails so much into a guaranteed down 3 that the flawless block is the next level of that tech. Hayate showing a lot of matchup knowledge, and just like that, Mustard, 2-1. What an adaptation here from Hayate.
Speaking of matchup knowledge, though, I actually really like Hayate's choice not to go for the slide there after the mid's connected. Because if he goes for the slide and you break away, you actually stand up and get a whiff punish for free. I think Hayate knew Foxy would be aware, decided to not go for the kill, and potentially throw himself away with the slide if it didn't do it, and maybe give Foxy the comeback potential. Keeping it very clean as Hayate. 1 game away from making it into winners finals, but Foxy, only 1 game behind, can definitely still make it work. And the question is, will he? Ooh, okay. Amazing breakaway from Hayate. A lot of damage saved from, but the escape failed. Foxy Grandpa, I mean, the snowball is beginning to roll.
The reason escape failed happens in that situation is purely because the back throw can be looped and ends Kung Lao much closer. The forward throw sends full screen. You always want to try and tech the version that causes Lao to increase his pressure. The forward throw sometimes may as well be guaranteed if you're looking for a reaction either way.
Wow! Okay, into the grab. Foxy still committing to the teleport every now and then. And Hayate, his decisions on when the grab is coming versus when a mid is coming has been on the money. Is he going to use this?
Of course.
No, he's holding on to it.
I really thought Foxy was going to use it to try and get the life lead, but how about now? Nope. The Eternal mix-up, saving it until it's the game winner, and I guess that makes the forward 4 much more dangerous, doesn't it?
Oh, the delay. Oh! He interrupted! And that is why Foxy holds on to it. Just because you have the crushing blow throw ready to use doesn't mean you have to pull it out. And Foxy deciding not to, saving it for the best moment, jumps over. Ooh, amazing throw escape. Oh, and there it is.
That's one of the first times Hayate actually got clipped. Foxy going in for the 1-2-1. It does side switch on hit. Here comes the loopable pressure. Dash in, Z-hat now, and Hayate sitting there and holding the forward 4. Something he's been doing the entire set. The moment he didn't, he got full combo. I mean, look what happens.
Oh, going to the string, but it is going to be safe.
Oh, okay, the delay.
I like how Hayate, he chooses to wait to see Foxy go for that extended forward 4 before he decides to break away. He's just keeping his options on the table. I think Foxy was content there, just sitting there and waiting for the minus frames, and then he can enforce his turn. The scud shot, get away from me. The down 3 on the jump in, literally not to anti-air, but to make it whip. He is dead, 100%. Forward 4 into spin for another time. We're going down to 2-2, and honestly, I expect nothing less. These are 2 of the best NRS players in their business here. Both of these players were completely unchallenged on their way through to winner's side top 8, right? You know, they stormed through their pools, they stormed through the next round, and I'm not at all surprised to see it. I think looking at the player list before we went into this, if I was to pick 2 players that I was like convinced would be an easy lock for winner's side top 8, these 2 would be up on that list for sure. But it's going to be game 5 regardless. We're seeing a lot of on-the-fly adaptation here. And there we go, full grab. Escape failed on the first grab. That's not good.
It's because Hayate knows that Kung Lao and Foxy in general really favors that forward grab, and he's going in for again. Foxy's so convinced now that you're not going to consistently wait.
And there
There's
we go.
The crouch. Full combo.
That by itself could have evened it out. Foxy going to be coming off that defensive bar. Breakaway used. Plus frames again. Hayate, the respect.
Foxy actually really challenging the
very surprised that scud shot.
Wow, wake up buttons. No counter it though, so again, he can't crushing blow that. Just has to keep the damage a bit lower.
Yeah, and again, every time he's going for that scud shot cancel, Foxy's recognizing with the button every time. And there's the anti-air. He's going to get a full combo, immediate breakaway. Smart stuff from Hayate.
Throw escape. That's going to delete the escape failed. I love the anti-air. Spending his last ounce of resource on the puddle, but this actually might actually be dead.
That's like full damage. Oh, not quite. Yes, and there we go, Hayate. He's going to take a little bit of chip damage. Foxy trying to wake up with jump or some kind of movement. He had the meter to take the last breath, but the call out. Oh, immediate dive kick. This is match point for Hayate. 1 more round.
I love that choice to get Hayate out of the corner. Gets the dive kick again. Well, the drop kick, I guess, is a more accurate term. Throw escape. Hayate guesses right. Ooh, the whiff punish. And again, too far away for the 2-1-2-1-2.
Oh, gonna walk away, and that's be a full whiff punish. That's what Hayate has been scared of.
Look at how much time Hayate had though to build his bar back. Forward 4 off the cancel. This is very, very close. Hayate, he still has his fatal blow locked and loaded. That might be a real game changer if he chooses to go with it. Not sure what that was.
That was a flawless block attempt, most likely.
I think so.
Oh, he's gonna get tagged by the string though.
Here comes Hayate. 1 more good, clean connection might actually be game over. Oh, he's opened up! He's opened up and he has no breakaway either!
He doesn't do a lot of damage. Oh no, he is going to do just enough, and Hayate, the last hit on the slide is enough to take it down. I was convinced that the slide wouldn't be enough, but Hayate, a sigh of relief. I'm not sure if even he was ready for it.
That was such a good series, man. That was a real treat to watch, and I think ultimately it really comes down to its decision-making in its absolute purest form when you play a matchup like this. I know so many people out there might think, you know, why did Foxy hold on to that crushing blow throw? It's because the moment the escape failed becomes a possibility,
it adds to the mix-up.
It adds to that basic mix-up, you know, and I say basic very loosely, to be completely honest. And it was patience from Hayate. Like, he very, very rarely overextended. And, you know, so much of it was him trying to play Foxy's game. And if he could keep Foxy as far away as he can, I mean, he'll just do that, because you want to deal with that mix-up as little as possible. And I love those little bits of decision-making. You know, when Hayate, like, he had that escape failed in game number 2, and he used it without question because he just needed to guarantee it. He had to make sure there was no greed with resources.
I think we have to remember the fact, though, and it's something we haven't talked about too much in the early stages of this top 8, is, of course, Foxy Grandpa has seen 2 pro competition events before today, 2 pro competition events and 2 top 8s. So in the points department, Foxy is looking quite healthy, right? He always manages to place well, get those top 8s in, and here he is for his 3rd. Whereas Hayate didn't have the greatest showing at CEO. I definitely not the performance he was expecting, or a lot of the community were expecting to see from him. So it was very important for Hayate to get as far as physically possible today, just to make sure that he can really kind of build that points deficit back up that maybe would have been there thanks to CEO. So the fact that he's managed to get himself in winners finals, taking over a big win over Foxy in such strong fashion as well, right? It was game 5, but the adaptations were strong, and that's why he's doing so well today. But the fact that he can get winners finals, minimum top 3, those points are going to be oh so useful moving into the rest of the season.
I strongly felt like, with no disrespect to the rest of the competition, without question, I felt strongly that whoever won that first match in winners, I feel like Hayate and Foxy, in my gut, tells me that one of those 2 has the best chance of winning this tournament, in my opinion. And whoever won that first match in winners very, very well could take this tournament 100%. But we have another match of winners now. It's going to be NASA Esports Tekken Master versus the still unsponsored Dizzy TT. To any UK orgs out there, pick this guy up, for crying out loud. He's one of the best in the EU. He's still doing very well in the pro competition, but he's one of our young blood competitors. And in many ways, people consider him a mini Foxy because he's been crafted in the world of online gaming. You know, since I think the age of like 13, he was a competitive FPS player before he transitioned into Injustice 2 at 15 years old. And in Mortal Kombat 11, he really is going from strength to strength. He was at Combo Breaker, where he saw a 9th place finish. Unfortunately, lost to Sonic Fox for top 8, so no shame there. And at CEO, I believe he was in the top 16 territory. So I think there's definite growth here. Tekken Master really very much so uses these pro competition stops as a sign of just getting tournament experience. You know, we've got to give shout outs to the Middle Eastern community, how they have a very small scene, and it was very hard for them to get experience of the highest caliber. Yet Tekken Master and MKX just made a name for himself in 2016 in that legendary EVO Grand Finals against Sonic Fox, where he took 2nd place. This matchup, though, Sonya versus Geras, Tekken Master's known for picking the top tiers, right? And Dizzy TT has been playing Sonya since day 1.
Yeah, picking the top tiers, but using them well. And again, Tekken Master has been having such a strong tournament. Again, another player that hasn't seen the success, again, I think a lot of people were expecting to see so far. We have to remember, this game is 2 months old.
How has it been only 2 months, man?
I know, it's kind of ridiculous. But at the same time, like, we know Tekken Master, he is capable of playing at the highest level. He can take down seemingly anyone on any day. But at the same time, he kind of really has to be playing in the zone. And I know he has been in that zone this entire weekend so far. But same to be said about Dizzy, coming from that UK. He's going to be getting the first hit and running straight in. Doesn't use the crushing blow. Now, Geras versus Sonya really is a battle of the top tiers right here. Infinite Warden has the damage. It has the mid and grab mix-up game, and the 50-50 of 1-1 low or 1-1 overhead, which crushing blows, and it is a lethal but effective mix-up. And a nice chunk of damage either way, right? If you get this the crushing blow, even if you hit the crushing blow, it's going to do a lot. But there we go. Speaking of damage, 300 coming through the slap. Oh, he went for the overhead. He called it out. Oh, and the punish for sure. Tekken Master ready and waiting. That's going to be the first life bar. And SD breakaways, which he does.
A very brave decision from Dizzy to actually hold that breakaway, because having to hold the body splash and wake up, that was a 50-50 from the 1-1. Dedicates to the whole thing, though. Wait a minute, is he going to fatal blow?
Well, he actually might have enough damage.
No way.
He's dead! I mean, he might be.
He's dead.
This scales pretty heavily, but I don't think it's going to scale enough to not kill.
He's
for sure
100% dead from that, and Dizzy TT pulling the trigger on the fatal blow. What a decision. And Tekken Master, he had no defensive bar, so he couldn't break away.
That was on the back of a big guess. Dizzy committing to that overhead. That would have been dead if he'd blocked, but he stuck to it, and it did work. And dashing down one, Tekken Master trying to catch Dizzy out. No Geras, that down one very dangerous. Field block on the low, Tekken Master again.
Geras is forward too. It's a very, very dangerous mid.
Oh,
and
no,
the second hit of the ring connected. Therefore, crushing blow.
Now Dizzy, he can afford to go for more of these drone drops if he wants to now. Now the crushing blow on the chop is gone. But at the same time, it's still going to give Geras amazing Oki, give him good pressure every time. Tekken Master going to be taking the advantage. Oh, big jump. Wow, with a wake-up neutral jump from Dizzy. A small conversion, but will be enough. Oh, the delay.
I mean, I think that wake-up stance change was Tekken Master trying to wake-up roll. That was definitely an execution error on his part. Down one back-to-back. Geras has one of the best down ones in the game, and if you go for a high, his back-to-back down one can kind of strong-arm some plus frames.
Oh, the whiff! Tekken Master, beautiful spacing, and because that was a wake-up that was whiff punished, not going to be able to get away from this. The better spikes, more than enough damage, taking the round. Tekken Master putting himself back on the board.
Now, one of the valuable assets here is that Tekken Master has a bunch of crushing blows that are counter-hit based, still locked and loaded. He hasn't hit the 1-1-1 crushing blow either, and he's got fatal blow ready. He is well equipped to win this round if the opportunity calls for it.
But Sonya at the same time, not a character that really needs those kind of like one-time uses to be a threat. You know, very scary, committing to the low again, this Tekken Master.
I mean, ultimately, some people may wonder why that low puddle is so likely, but the 1-1-1, the overhead, if the overhead hits by itself, it crushing blows for about 35% damage. The low is much lower, but you want to block high, the cancel!
Dizzy, knowing that's not real, is going to find the gap. Oh, the wake-up jump attempt from Tekken Master. Wake up again. Now the defensive bar completely gone to the flawless block from Tekken Master.
Very
stops the offense in its tracks.
Some characters can actually wake up, so they can go for an up 2 off that flawless block as a guaranteed punish, but Tekken Master trying to just get a bit of a turn, the body splash, very hard to anti-air, doesn't confirm the 1-1 though, just gets the 1-1-1, that's going to be less damage. Dizzy, still alive, but barely. Tekken Master, he's just about to have his fatal blow ready, and it will kill at this health.
Oh my god, he just gets it on the way up, and the cancel
oh my word!
Dizzy, TT, knowing that if he finished the button would not have killed, but the throw is going to be enough. A clutch decision that's going to pay off. Dangerous to go for that. And again, we know Geras, he has the ability to challenge that down one. The fatal blow was there.
The crowd, I think, is definitely going to be on the side of Dizzy TT, you know, being one of the European boys. A bit of a fan favorite here at Viennality, but Tekken Master, this guy is a legend for NetherRealm. And it is no surprise he's got winner's side top 8.
A well-earned reputation, right? There's a reason Tekken Master is held in such high esteem in the international community.
But there it is, grab or forward 2. Now, we talked about Kung Lao's mix-up of grab or mid. It's very scary to try and neutral duck a Geras, because he has so many good mids. And there it is, crushing blow, the overhead connected by itself, and there's the big damage.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, a whole round.
Counter hit too?
Yes, it was.
Oh no,
it was.
The down
4 must have been. The down 4 must have been.
Oh, another overhead connecting. Tekken Master, the breakaway.
Sorry, guys, a bit hard to get that sometimes.
Dizzy.
Confirm.
Dangerous to go for that, but it's what won him the first round. He's going to stick to it. I think it's important for Dizzy to be like willing to complete those strings. It's going to show Tekken Master that, you know, don't get too comfortable. Just because I've gone for the overhead doesn't mean I'm going to be stopping it. You know, I'm going to be willing to let this rock because it's the biggest risk for the biggest reward.
Ooh, oh, that was a counter hit. Ouch. And that's going to be a guaranteed situation too. That bed of spikes on hit. It does give Geras a guaranteed Oki too, which is kind of hard to come by in this game. Not every character can get a knockdown and pressure you for no resources.
Ooh.
Chases it down with the forward 2-1.
What was it quite able to get the sand trap to capitalize on the string? Missing a bit of damage, but still a commanding life lead.
Tekken Master being way more range focused now. You know, the moment he has that life lead, he knows he doesn't need to overextend. If he trades the sand trap with the energy ring, he will absorb this because this infinite ward in Geras, so his whole point of the sand trap is that he phases through projectiles for free. Oh, it's confirmed. This should be dead almost. He's going to have breakaway, but he's going to be in a terrible position after this.
Yeah, and Tekken Master knowing the breakaway, so wow. Put the interruption. Dizzy getting up with the back one, immediate whiff punish. Tekken Master again trying to jump off the ground, and the down one challenge going to do it. This is a dangerous situation. The down one again into the grab. Tekken Master. His throw game has been so dangerous so far. I feel like almost none of his throws have been teched.
But that's why back-to-back down one is so dangerous. It kind of looked to me a little bit like Geras' down one there when he did it back-to-back on block. It low-profiled Sonya's back one because, yes, it's a mid. However, it's one of those mids that's a little bit higher up than normal. And certain buttons that go really low to the ground can still go under those buttons.
Well, there is one thing that Dizzy's been doing that we haven't touched upon yet is Geras known for those hard to anti-air kind of like cross-up body splashes. Obviously, yes, cross-ups don't exist in this game, but as the body splash hits on the other side, it can be a pain to deal with. And obviously, should you have to block it, that is going to give Geras the opportunity to go for the 50-50 if he wants, go for the overhead or the low, which we've seen Tekken Master has really been fishing for. And his ability to see the body splashes coming, and he's whiffing back one too. He's whiffing the advancing high to just get out of the range of the cross-up, so at the very least, he's just resetting back to neutral. He's done it multiple times, and it's been working out quite well, but tied up one apiece, so we've got a closer game. Last time, these two chaps used to play in Injustice 2, and it was typically quite one-sided for Tekken Master, but Dizzy making it look completely different.
I think Dizzy as a player, Dizzy has really grown, you know, in comfort and experience, but Tekken Master, that experience never left. And there it is, the 1-3-4 connects, that cheeky little low that hits even the best of us.
A nice chunk of damage as well to come from it too. Another escape failed Dizzy. He's trying to take these grabs, but he's just not getting the right direction.
He's pretty much just, I mean, Tekken Master enforcing those grabs in situations, and that flawless block, I believe, might have been an up 2 attempt.
For Geras, it usually is. If you see a flawless block at those barely minus frames, it's usually an attempt. Big neutral jump, but doesn't get a punish. Again, a little bit of damage. Chunking one bit at a time. Dizzy close enough, doesn't have the bar just at the moment.
Tekken Master, he's going to try and squirm and wake up here, because honestly, when you're against Sonya and she's got you in the corner, sitting there and blocking is going to do you no good. She's got the back one 50-50, that massive reward. Instant jump one. Can you tell Dizzy started out with Injustice? Those jumping at the end. Oh my word! Wait, he's going to have Fatal Blow. Does he pull the trigger?
I don't know if it's enough. I don't know if it's enough. It's going to barely scale. This is going to be close. This does do a lot of damage if it's done early in a combo, but it does scale really hard. I don't know. No, not quite.
Last hit to win the round. Oh my word! He dedicates the energy ring and the crushing blow! That, although the round went to Dizzy TT, Tekken Master, look, if that's one hit away from death,
crushing blow for Fatal Blow though? That's a trade worthwhile for sure.
At least the crushing blow is gone, but at what cost is the magical question for that?
I love the idea there from Tekken Master. He went for the down 4 into the sand trap. He wanted to catch Dizzy. He wanted him to move, and the wake up to it trades, and the combo still comes through. Okay, the body splash. Mix up, the block, blocks again. We are blocking mix-ups for days, boys.
I mean, Dizzy just understands that the low, although annoying to get hit by, yields nowhere near the rewards that Geras' overhead does. So he's going to sit there and block overhead as many times as possible.
Okay, another grab. I like it. Tekken Master, he's down ones. It's such a turn stealer to just get that advantage and take it. And Tekken Master, he's mixing up the grabs really well. And it's catching Dizzy off at the moment. But
yeah, the back 1-4 energy ring from mid-screen doesn't actually true combo. It only does it in the corner. If anything, you get some guaranteed, you know, position, you get the chip damage, but that's it really. Here comes the splash, mix up, and understandably it's the low. Tekken Master just going to call that bluff. Mate, if you're going to set wait for overhead, eat this low every time. Enforces the forward 2-1 as well. And Dizzy challenging it on wake up. If Tekken Master wins this, he's going to be in a fantastic position. That was a counter hit too on that meaty. Tekken Master timing it well. Oh, the movement. Good block on again. Tekken Master has been getting caught off guard by the string, but not at the moment. A good throw stick again. Tekken Master cannot be thrown. Oh, the delay. Okay, Tekken Master beginning to add to the mix-up now. He's not just committing every time. Oh, there's the throw escape. Rarely seen Dizzy go for that. Dash in, 1-3-4. Really good at capitalizing off a deep jump kick with the grab, understanding Dizzy's going to be minus. Tries to roll back, and finally, we're so seeing forward 2-1-2 chase that down, but the back one's going to catch him anyway. Full combo. Knockdown as well.
Advantage, no wake-up option for Tekken Master. There's the frames. Good force back again.
The knowledge. I love it so much.
Tekken Master, a really good forward throw as well, trying to keep it unpredictable. Oh, tries to Anya with the jump kick, says no! And there we go, a big opportunity for Tekken Master. He doesn't have the Fatal Blow anymore, though.
There's no breakaway either. Temporal advantage, 2 uppercuts. This is going to do so much damage, man. Gets the reposition, and here comes the situation. Grab or mid? What's it going to be? Back up, do nothing. Patience. Oh my.
Yes, 30 seconds, chipping down. There's a lot of last breath. Geras not the best. Oh my
word!
The Fatal Blow from downtown! Dizzy TT is just going to let it rub Tekken Master again. Just getting caught out, sticking out that button. Less than 1% of health left for Dizzy TT, but not enough to deter this young gun from taking it over Tekken Master. 2-1 advantage in the set now.
I mean, he could see the win. It was right in front of him. And I think that's why Tekken Master was so eager to stick out a button. Dizzy was so weak. In many ways, it was the last thing he had left to do.
Every game is coming down to this. Every single one. Tekken Master is getting so close to the final hurdle, but he just isn't quite able to finish it because Dizzy is just making these out of nowhere decisions.
now. Amplify the arse whooping. Make sure he can keep him in the corner. That's where Sonya wants you to be. Opting to stay just outside of jump range, just in case Tekken Master tries to squirm. They're going to trade pokes now. Tekken Master fighting his way back up the corner. Doesn't go for a flawless block attempt, but now will take the grab instead.
Another forward grab too. But I don't think it really matters too much for Tekken Master. Oh, Dizzy's doing that so many times. When he sees that Tekken Master is going for a jump after the throw, he's immediately doing an instant jump on his own wake up. And there we go. Tekken Master finds the gap in between the rings. He's been looking for that the whole set. And that's the first time he's got a big payout for it.
There's a very deliberate crouch right there, and you saw the rewards for that. And all right, the anti-air,
beautiful.
Definitely not going to be a waste because he wants to get that damage. He wants to reset the pace. He wants to put himself in a position where, look, at this health, if he counter hits crushing blows with the sand trap, this might be the round. Oh, no, it will be the round. Look at the health that's left. Under 30%.
Oh, okay. Walks into the sand trap.
Situation guaranteed. What's next?
Oh, that flawless block again. Oh, he wanted to call out the flawless block. Dizzy trying to call out the flawless block to Tekken Master, but Tekken Master has the patience. Not going to bite.
That was a next level read, but Tekken Master realistically had no reason to overextend there, and I love it. Tekken Master has often been seen actually as quite an impatient player in the past, and as the games have progressed, he has become a much more disciplined.
Oh, down 4 into it again. Tekken Master sticking that out at ranges that it's hard for Sonya to punish, and it's really working out. Triple down 1, okay.
It's like connected too. Dizzy was trying to move. It's so fast, it's so good at strong arming, and tries to capitalize. No whiff punish on the arse weapon. Recovers just in time. Dedicates the overhead. That's a big risk. Unfortunately, it will not yield the big reward it was looking for.
Well, Breakaway's going to keep him safe, so not as punishing as usual, but now he has to be really careful. Escape failed, Tekken Master. I feel like he's either got a tech or an escape failed on every grab. His reactions to the throw techs have just been sublime.
Now Tekken Master, he hasn't got his fatal blow anymore. Sits there and blocks, but gets clipped for the 1-3-4, and now has no opportunity to amplify because the round is over. That's one saving grace. It's match point Dizzy TT, but Tekken Master is out of the corner at least.
This is by no means over.
No!
Oh, doesn't have the breakaway in time, ending it. Oh, okay, manages to roll into a full punish. Dizzy commits to the mix-up, but Tekken Master rolls out to safety.
Right, knockdown, bed of spikes. Again, it's a free situation.
Oh, another roll. Oh, the overhead connects, but nothing doing. On the interruption again, Tekken Master. He knows this matchup.
I really love this optimization that we're seeing. It just shuts down a huge part of that mix-up in the corner. And he gets the escape failed. Or throw tech is the one I was looking for there. He has fatal blow as well. Will he have a chance to pop it? I don't know.
Oh, the mix-up, it came down to it. Another throw tech, 3 in a row. Dizzy, big jump in. Oh my word, he crossed up. The breakaway forced. Oh, and there we go. That throw's going to connect. Tekken Master going to be taking us to our second Game 5 of the top 8. 2 games, 2 Game 5s. Okay, I'll take that.
I love the fearlessness from Tekken Master. In many ways, when you're facing a Sonya at that range with Fatal Blow, you're dancing with the devil. But I mean, in that position, he just stayed true. I'm going to enforce these grabs. I'm going to press buttons. I don't care what you've got locked and loaded.
Now, the second time we're seeing Dizzy go to this character select, give himself a little bit of time. I like this character choice from Tekken Master, right? It's always quite hard to tell what character he's going to bring to the table. We know he always plays so many different characters, but it's always right picks, right? Smart picks. It's either matchup dependent or it's like player dependent. And are we going to see our second player fall down?
I mean, I tell you what I love seeing is just that the more time has progressed, it's how optimized the matchups are becoming already. This is not the Sonya Geras matchup we saw a month ago.
Oh, absolutely not.
Time has changed so much in such a short span of it.
And these are 2 characters that a lot of people play as well. So, you know, this is a matchup that will be ran all the time. Late anti-air. So brave to go for an anti-air on the body splash, but no optimal combo from Dizzy, unfortunately. A big payout but on the anti-air, but not a lot of damage.
Unfortunately, dropping combos in this situation, you leave yourself vulnerable. That was a throw punish, so the tech is actually completely impossible. The jump on the way down. We're going to get a full combo now. The breakaway was used a while ago. Hurts so much.
Going this is the optimal ender for pressure. A nice amount of advantage. Oh, delay wake up into buttons. Tekken Master. His wake up decisions have been so good.
That deep jump kick takes the guaranteed down 3. And there's the crushing blow down 2. That's a hard read, but this one pays off. The defensive bar trades out. Tekken Master now has so much meter left to go. Down 2 again. Crushes the high.
Oh, doesn't commit to the full string. And there it is again. He's counter hits. Oh, that's going to be the life bar. And Tekken Master takes himself to match point on the back of 2 well-timed crushing blows.
You can really tell how much this win is going to mean to both these players. Both these players would really benefit from that first winner's final shot here in the MK11 Pro competition, but there's 1 round left to go for Tekken Master. Dizzy TT has to take 2 rounds consecutively. I believe that was a hesitation on Ania. He just ate that splash like it was dinner.
There's the breakaway though, doesn't want to take the damage. Down 3. Another escape failed Tekken Master. He is so paying attention, but Dizzy finds himself some advantage. The roll away. Tekken Master keeping it safe.
I feel like the escape failed as well, even though it doesn't really mean much for these two characters. It's data. It's showing that they're pressing buttons in those situations because they're trying to make a prediction. The jump kick. I love the scout for Master. Goes for another crouch. Back to back. It's going to work out. The body splash whiffs. And here we go for another time. Match points for both players here at Viennality 2K19.
We have to think about what's left though. Master, he spent 2 crushing blows. Dizzy still has the projectile one. Oh, okay.
Shades of game number 1 there.
Go for the throw, knowing Dizzy's likely to block on the way down. Oh, that delay again. Master being careful. Body splash. And there's the low. He's committing to the mix-up.
And this situation, it's understandable that they would. Tries to chase it down. No anti-air. A little bit too early there. And there's the grab. Very brave, but I mean, at this point, you have to take those risks.
Oh,
chase down!
String, and there we go. Master manages to catch the full whiff. This could be a big combo. No breakaway. He's going to cash out. Both bars spent. Big boy damage incoming.
And the cancel! He cancels it for the standing grab. One more clean connection. It's going to be game over. And he's not going to get it. The breakaway. Last chance. And the down 4 trap is going to work out. Master defeats Dizzy TT. And I mean, shout out to the Middle East crew coming in and supporting their boy. That was a really hard-earned win there.
They came to play, and a Game 5 last round territory is a good way to show it. Master going to be moving on to winners finals, where he's going to play against Hayate. So we're going to be seeing Middle East versus Canada here at Viennality in that winners finals. A really good set though, and it all came down to that, like, again, willingness to commit to the dangerous stuff, right? There is such a huge element to playing at this level, is knowing when to go for the dangerous stuff. That downfall into sand trap on block, absolute death. But if you know your opponent is going to move, and again, it was a counter hit. Dizzy, he saw the downfall on block and he went for the back one. Just trying to get in between, but it wasn't quite enough. Master, he knew it would work, and it was enough to take the set. And that's going to be our winners finals, Master and Hayate.
I feel like it was it's a wonderful way to kickstart Viennality, and really see where all these different territories, how they're shaping up, and the fact that both of those matches in winners were down to the absolute wire. But I mean, ultimately, it was just a game of hard reads at the end, wasn't it? And Master's not afraid.
Yeah, that third game had almost the exact same situation, where it came down to like super low health, down 4. I mean, that time it didn't work out, but Master stuck to it until the bitter end, would not be deterred. And that right there, the wake-up options, Master, his throw techs, his decisions on wake-up, it was just so good, and a huge part as to how he was able to win that.
How many of these games came down to these gigantic decisions? Like, even right here, right? Let's it with, because he knows he's going to press. It was a game of, I know that you know that I know. And it just went on and on. I mean, the final game changer in that final game was that tech roll backwards into the whiff punish. Dizzy TT overextends with that 2-hit string, and he eats a full combo for it into an extremely unfavorable position. But, I mean, they were looking for those really clutch whiff punishes. Even there, whiff punishing the body splash is not an easy task. It has such a giant hitbox on it. But right at the end, I love the decision-making from Master, and he just came off that one step better. And here he is.
And that was so cute at the end there as well, when he went for the restand and he cancelled the gauntlet. That is like such a thing that won't work consistently. That is like the absolute perfect time to pull it out, right? When it is like the clutchest moment, the last minute, when all you need is for it to work once. When you have like less than a life bar left to take, you just need it to work once, or affect your opponent's decisions once. And especially when Dizzy was like so knowledgeable in the matchup and playing it so well. Perfect time to use it. And that's going to be that. We're moving down into our losers bracket.
Here we go,
action
man.
now. It's going to be Yamini versus Boki. This is going to be a loud one, I anticipate.
For those wondering, Boki is an Austrian native. Here he is now, going to be the hometown hero. And it's understandable that this crowd is going to go nuts for him. But he has a very unorthodox style of Kung Lao, and this ain't no hat-trick player here. This is Lotus Fist. This is the orbiting hat. You're going to see a lot of crazy tech, a lot of crazy buttons. But Yamini, we have to give props to Yamini too. This guy put his name on the map at Viennality a couple of years ago, upsetting players like Slayer, Madzin, with that premium green arrow. But now he plays Johnny Cage.
And I feel like a player we don't get to see too often as well. You know, I know we used to see Boki at quite a lot of European events back in the day, and yeah, button check, of course. I know that they were talking on the way in, so I expected that's what we'd see.
I think while we load into this and get the button check done, though, we need to talk about what Lotus Fist actually brings to the table.
But before we do that, though, I want to give a quick summary as to the way that Boki plays, and I swear to you, this is his own words. They were talking about the straight Kung Lao hat toss that is -7. Talking about the straight hat toss that is -7 on block. Boki went, no, +7. Ah,
hey!
You're only as minus as you believe you are.
Anything is plus if you believe in the eyes of Boki. But honestly, there is a big unfamiliarity factor that comes with Lotus Fist. Like, a lot of people don't realize that when you cancel things to become -7, you spend 2 bars, 1 bar of offense, 1 bar of defense for the hat to become -7. But what it does do is it makes a bunch of more famous strings safe. There's a reason Foxy in hat tricks doesn't use a lot of those extended strings, because they are death on block and death on whip.
But Lotus Fist gives you the option
it addresses those. But here we go, we're starting things off. The forward 1-2 already enforced here. A button that, I mean, it's the different variations. Here we go, the punch.
Okay. Now that's important. Yamini going for that little, down 1, the crouching punch into the nut punch. Not a legit thing, right? In terms of, like, on hit, it's not going to combo, but on block, you're looking for them to move after the down 1, and you want the nut punch to catch them. Yamini, he was saving that for the last minute all of yesterday. But in today, immediately out the gate. Really sending a message, I think, of what he's willing to do in this match.
But you know that Boki, he's going to be way more eager to cash out on an escape failed throw a lot earlier, because he doesn't enforce the same mix-up, right? He really relishes the orbiting hat, the straight hat, the extra strings that you really kind of get access to thanks to the safety those special moves bring.
Well, it's there, but it's not what he bases his game around, right? So he doesn't have to be quite as protective of the crushing blows. Okay, there's... Oh no! Goes into the orbiting hat instead of the spin, but it's going to matter, as that's going to be, chip territory. Yamini, no defensive bar to work with whatsoever. And that forward 4 doing quite a lot of chip damage, 2 kicks.
Unfortunately, Yamini's starting this round with no resources. He's only just built an offensive bar. He's going to get loops now, remember. Reverse throw, Kung Lao can dash in and enforce something afterwards. But there it is.
Ooh, again.
Poke into nut punch. It really is, in many ways, not a real thing. But if you're going to release block, then...
I mean, no, it's one of those things that, like, it's a call-out. If you know your opponent is moving and pressing after your blocked pokes all the time, that's when you go for it. It's when it happens on hit that it's a bit surprising. So it means that Boki's getting hit by a poke and still looking to move. But I think Yamini knows that Boki is going to be willing to do that.
Which is why he's enforcing it and actually has hit 2 for 2 when he's trying to go for that there. The down 4. Give us the plus frames. Here comes Trini Cage. Trini Cage, a footsee's god, really. He has the irritating small hurt box, and that's
I don't think he quite had the bar to get the launch on that, though. He was just on the edge of it. Uh-oh. Big dive kick. Oh, no. The walk down.
Oh, he's going to get damage here. Knockdown. I'm going to be honest, I'm surprised to see him pull the trigger on the fatal blow, but he's going to really bet everything on this one round. There's a very expensive way.
One throw or a forward throw will take it. The question is, will that be the mix-up? Oh, the jump over.
Oh, my word! The jump kick to enforce the plus frames, and again, this may be a different variation, but it's still Kung Lao. If he gets a jump kick and he's plus as hell, he gets mid or he gets grab.
But that's just the huge difference between them, right? Lotus Fist, it's got the orbiting hat. It's more about, I suppose, easier confirms. It gives you access to more of the moveset. But you lose the amazing setup of the Z hat. And obviously, your general full screen game isn't quite as dangerous because you don't get the guided hat either. You already get to teleport on the floor. But Boki really making it work so far. And there it is. Now, that's going to be a problem, I would say, Lotus Fist has, is if you cancel your pokes into Lotus Fist and your poke connects and they block the orbiting hat, that means you're going to be spending a bar of offense and defense because to even use that move, when you look at his bar, to even use the orbiting hat, it costs a bar of each. If you want to amplify it, it costs everything.
But I mean, look at the hat toss though, or the usage of the hat there. That Boki, normally when Kung Lao uses the forward 4, you're so used to seeing the forward 4 end and that's it. But just look at that extra special move to throw people off guard, and when that hits, it's a good position for Kung Lao.
That's going to be Boki taking another round. Ooh, preemptive down 3 again. Really
there it is. He's not looking for it because it really is the variation change that I think it messes up a lot of players. No one's ready for Lotus Fist. But the problem is the forward 1 completely unhit confirmable. Even though he's ducking and the forward 1 hits, it's a single hit. You have to dedicate to spin, which is death on block.
Well, speaking of it confirms, Yamini able to get a good string into a combo there, turning it into the buff. Oh, okay, catches him. Max range. Oh, I love the sound effects when the brass knuckles are turned on. Oh, he tried it again. The counter poke back to back. Good blocks, but no real punish from Boki. Boki's still not ready for it.
And he runs, chases it down. Okay, throw counter. Remember, rolls on wake up are definitely not immune to grabs. Blocks the up 2. Tries to enforce a grab instead, though. That could have been a clean punish. Dude, oh my word. Wait a minute. Is he going to call it? Is he going to call it? He spent it. I think that might be dead. That's going to hurt big time. And Boki did do this yesterday during the group stages as well. He really has knowledge of when to use the fatal blow for damage.
Is that enough? No, it isn't. Oh, the walk down. But this time, oh my God! And the counter poke nut punch. That is one way to just completely stifle the momentum built from a fatal blow that was pixels away from killing. Okay, and again, Boki, he's blocked at least 3 of them now and not a single actual punish.
Right, crushing blow on the throw. It's going to be used. That's 30% down at the very beginning. Yamini with a little bit of a mountain to climb now. Again, he hasn't got a lot of resources.
I mean, he's got Boki in the corner, though. That is where Johnny Cage gets a lot more damage than usual.
But I mean, we look at these strings. Like, how often do you see these strings not get used because they're so unsafe? And here comes the orbiting hat to just add to it. I really love the use of this variation. I just think they're different in their own way, right? That they're good for different tasks, and different playstyles is the important thing. Whiff punish. Unfortunately, that string definitely unsafe on whiff.
Okay, for the first time, we're going to see the Cage range come through, but to confirm, Yamini no defensive buy, he might be dead, and he will be. Kung Lao doing huge chunks of damage at seemingly every point of the combo. In fact, there's no point you're getting hit that you're going to be like, okay, well, the bulk's done now, I'll be okay, because everything is just hit, hit, hit. I feel like a lot of these ranges where we're able to see Johnny Cage be effective, we're able to see Boki be just as effective, if not more, purely because he just looks more comfortable in this matchup. And I'm not surprised to hear he's
this
fearless.
crowd.
He is playing without fear, absolutely. He's just not... Again, he's not being swayed. I feel like Yamini's Johnny Cage is very reliant on you kind of being on the ground, you know, really at a specific range. Because Yamini, he thrives on the whiff punishes, on the advancing buttons. And that's just not something that Boki's been really having to worry about so far. I feel like Boki is the one controlling how fast the match is played. He's always the one on the offense. Oh, okay. Delayed forward one. Doesn't overextend, but he will now confirm. You've got to amplify the spin in that situation. The regular spin won't reach. Or the delay, the walk, and there it is, the confirm. Boki hit confirming the orbiting hat. Boki very openly has actually admitted that one thing he needs to do is start confirming the hat a bit more, because it does allow him to get combos, and we're starting to see shades of it at the start of that round. I mean, it's hard to confirm considering it's tight to link from it anyway, but it's a single hit, it's quick, like you have to be absolutely paying attention.
Oh, doesn't confirm it to spin. I don't think he believed in his heart that it would work, but does it matter? Does it hell? He gets a reverse grab, whips the grab, but he's safe. Unsafe. Oh my word! Poke into special. Yamini getting a taste of his own medicine right there. Boki's on match point.
Yamini really looking like he just has to figure something out here, but I just don't know. I feel like Yamini, he's trying to fight back. He's getting a lot of these counter poke nut punches, but I feel like that's where the bulk of his damage is coming from. He's not really able to kind of enforce any offense on Boki, because Boki, again, things like Rotex, he's picking the right buttons, he's using faster buttons. Sorry, Johnny Cage, not really known for the same kind of advancing fast mids that Kung Lao potentially quite has. At the same time, it's just not the range for him. Ooh, okay, no, the down one whips.
Yamini's enforcing a lot of defensive respect now. He's sitting there and holding every mid that Boki throws at him, waits until he's -7, and then enforces turn to press. Doesn't get a lot off it, but at least he gets a bit of breathing space, and that's what he's been desperately after against Boki the entire time. Blocks the forward 4. And now the ball's going to be in Boki's court to finally actually start going for some grabs. But when he finally does, the throw escape. That was so clutch from Yamini. I love the reactions.
Yamini's back is against the wall, literally, and in the tournament. Oh, he loses. He's eliminated if he gets to this round. But his defense with that pressure has been so good. His defense is it's absolutely impeccable. Oh, the wake-up buns into the nut punch, but no punish into the throw tech Yamini. He is fighting with every single thing he has left. Oh, okay.
The cancel on the fatal blow. Let's not forget Johnny Cage, the only character in the game that can cancel his fatal blow.
I love that.
More pressure.
That's like the coolest thing about this character, dude, is just the ability to cancel that fatal blow. It's a big cost, because you obviously lose your fatal blow until it comes back. But especially at that point in the round when you're both that low, chances are it's not going to come back. He gets the knuckle dusters on deck. Is that enough to make a difference though? Good throw tech. Crucial throw tech.
Yamini being significantly more defensive than he was prior, and it's helped him out so much versus Boki. Boki's spending a lot of his resources to try and get the job done. There's the hat. Doesn't get much. Confirmed in the spin. That isn't going to be right indeed. Knocked down. Another spin. And
he crushes it! Boki crushes it with the forward 4 and a 3-0. Yamini is out of the tournament.
A heartbreaker for Yamini. He played so well yesterday, of course, building himself through the loser's bracket yesterday to make it on the loser's side top 8. But unfortunately, this is where it's going to be finishing for him at Viennality 2019. But oh my goodness. Yeah, so as you can see, we are in Austria, and Boki is from Austria. So we're going to see a lot of the local boys here. I'm sure you can hear them on the stream. They are here to support, because this has been such an amazing tournament for Boki, right? We used to see him all the time back in MKX, but I felt there was, especially during, I suppose, Injustice 2, Boki definitely wasn't a player that really kind of kept up with that game. So he kind of disappeared for a while, for a couple of years. I'm so happy to see him come back on top form, as we expect to see no less bringing it at this pro competition stop here at Viennality. I've always loved European Lao, because Boki and Foxy, they were yin and yang, right? They both played the same character, but they approached the character in entirely different ways. Boki was much more of a high-octane, unpredictable, played by his heart, rather than the slower and calculated style. Now, they were both effective in their own way, and I gotta say, seeing as I know the history of both of the top European Laos, that I love how that has progressed into MK11, and Boki just really standing out on his own thanks to just how he has brought Lotus Fist into another dimension. I feel like he truly has a unique style on the character, right? I know that we typically talk quite often about kind of, I suppose, like the two styles that Kung Lao has. I feel like Boki almost like invents the third, and it's something that only he does, right? As he progresses through onto the loser's side. I do believe we have our final round 1 game in top 8 ready to go, and it's going to be Shark Teeth again, our second Middle Eastern competitor. Coming up against Asadamasa from Italy, another player we haven't seen in a while. It's all about the path to how both these guys had to get here. Asadamasa had to defeat Nicholas, who was, at this point, quite a legendary Greek player from back in the day, and it was a really, really calm and collected series. He looked very, very comfortable, and it's no surprise to see him here. Shark Teeth had, I think, one of the biggest results of the tournament, though. Yes, he was able to defeat Biohazard in order to get this top 8. So a big win for him under his belt. Of course, he's fully supported by his Middle Eastern group here at Viennality ready to play. But I know Asadamasa has his own friends in attendance as well. So I'm excited to see how this goes and see how the noise in the area builds up. But before we get into this match, I want to remind those of you at home watching, please do follow at NRS Esports on Twitter. If you're a big fan of competitive Mortal Kombat 11, they don't just cover the pro competition, they cover pretty much anything competitive MK. So if you like what you see, make sure you're following that Twitter account and you'll be kept up to date with all that you need to know. But one thing we haven't talked about that I want to bring light to, Asadamasa was sent to loser's bracket in literally his first game. And he wasn't seeded either. He was like round 1, game 1, loser's bracket. He has fought through the absolute gauntlet to get to loser's side top 8. To lose your first game and then still make top 8 in a tournament in Europe with well over 100 entrants, that is a lot of games against a lot of players that are also just as stressed out. And imagine the pressure. You come to your first pro competition event. This is the first in Europe. He travels from Italy to here just to get sent to losers in game 1. And he's like, man, this is tough. And then he manages to keep it together and still make top 8. I mean, the thing is, Asadamasa he's been a pretty big European staple since MKX. We would see his Johnny Cage quite regularly in offline competitions during the Pro League days, the Challenger Cup days. He was always a mainstay customer during that time, and well known in the online world for sure. And one of the Elder Gods, one of the first people to get Elder God rank as well. One of the first Europeans, I know for sure, to get Elder God rank in the Combat League. I see you on that leaderboard, Asadamasa. I don't think I haven't been paying attention. But Shark Teeth, he's a player that's been going from strength to strength. He started out with, I guess, being seen in the public eye during Injustice 2. And I feel like so many of our players from this part of the globe, Injustice 2 was, in many ways, just phenomenal experience for the big tournament stages. No, for sure. And Shark Teeth is a shining example of that. Now, is this going to be a check? We're going straight. I assume the matchup's going to be... Oh, yeah, they're doing a button check. Yeah, cool. I assume the matchup's going to be Scorpion versus Cetrion. And yeah, there it is. If the button check is correct, then we will be seeing this matchup. I got to say before we start, man, shout outs to the Viennality tournament stage. One of my personal favorites. And it's always really cool when you're in the event locally and you see the banners in game, you look to your right and the banners are on the stage in real life. It's like I'm in this crazy extra dimension. It's like I'm in the world of Mortal Kombat in itself. It's like I'm in the video game. So we know that Shark Teeth, much like Tekken Master, has a multitude of characters that we will see him use across the tournament. Yesterday we saw Cassie mainly, both variations across. We saw Aaron Black used to good use too. Now, run us why Reborn Scorpion's been picked against Cetrion. So Scorpion is generally seen as a counter pick for Cetrion. Obviously, she's a very defensive character, long-range focus. A lot of wind-up to her specials from a distance, and that's wind-up that can be reacted to with Scorpion Teleport. Reborn gives you that extra element so you don't have to overcommit. If you just want to kind of get behind her and just, you know, get something a bit more optimal than maybe just a teleport. It's safety. It's also just something that Asadamasa has to respect. He can't just throw things out completely free. He has to know and see that it's Reborn, the teleport cancel is something there, and that alone should slow down the matchup a bit more than she's used to. Asadamasa does not dedicate to that advancing mid. If he did, that could have actually been a confirm into a full combo. Immediately, we see the teleport out the corner, but you've got a teleport! I've got one better. A full combo now, and Shark Teeth blowing the fatal blow. Sorry, crushing blow straight away because he wants the damage over time. I really agree with that decision because it should put Asadamasa on the back foot straight away. I mean, it's getting a life lead against a character that really thrives on sitting away with it. And Asadamasa with the reactions, immediate turnaround on the input. Oh, drops the end of the combo though.
Quite a big chunk of damage left there too.
Dropping combos with Cetrion is pretty punishing. No use. I'm pretty sure we could have seen a counter hit there.
No, I think he went for it just maybe a little bit late. Oh, I didn't even know that was the end of that string.
Here we go.
You so rarely see Cetrion players finish it.
Wow, big
jump.
read. Oh no! He drops the Kaiser. That's very unfortunate. Now Shock Teeth is going to get back in the driver's seat. No Amplify though. Spear, still a very high damage ender. Dedicates to the grab now. And yeah, just goes in for the wall. Get off me. Give me some space. The cancel.
Oh, no bar to Amplify. No, he actually did. Oh, but the wall. A crucial round for Asadamasa to take because I feel like there's no real denying the fact a shaky round from Asadamasa. He's making a lot of big reads, getting a lot of big counter hits, a lot of big neutral jumps that are connecting, but he's not getting the right follow-up. And that is the kind of optimization you can't afford to be missing out on. So for him to still take that round is huge.
But you know what normally happens when we see drops like that? Normally it's a sign of just a little bit of jitters. Asadamasa, he hasn't played in offline tournaments in a fair while, to my knowledge. And, you know, I spoke to him before the tournament. He said he's actually satisfied with where he is now. I think maybe he didn't actually expect to get as far as he did. When you're finally on the stage and you know you have a chance and it can really affect your execution, confirm, I love it!
Now, that's what he was going for last time. I wonder if he was expecting the same kind of launch. You know, the jump kicks won't launch the same way depending on where you are. Maybe he just misjudged it in round one, but regardless, Shark Teeth going to fight back. Oh, whiff the whole string! Okay, no whiff punish from Shark Teeth. I don't think he was expecting the final hit.
Yeah, we do see that from some players sometimes. Punish, we're going to get the grounded combo now.
Oh,
and I love it. Keep the whole thing unbreakable. As long as the opponent's on the ground, they cannot break away.
Whoa! Big decision to teleport. Not a huge payout for Shark Teeth. Oh, the whiff teleport though.
Unfortunately, falling apart for Shark Teeth. He's getting a couple of openings. He's trying to enforce some grabs, but they're not really working out too good. And this is the final lifeline. Reborn to get himself out of the corner. Cancels. Expecting Asadamasa to squirm, but with their life lead like this, what's the rush?
He has no reason to overextend. No defensive bar for Shark Teeth either. Doesn't have to worry about the teleport cancel and doesn't have to worry about anything else as Asadamasa with the beam is going to be taking game one.
One of my favorite things about Viennality as a tournament is just the amount of different territories that are represented. And I actually want to give a shout out to this outro. I love how it's
Cetrion has some of the best intros and outros.
It's my favorite.
I'm personally not a fan of the visuals, but the intros and outros, stellar.
It's the contrast of Shinnok. Shinnok's outro in MKX was a world, but he burnt it.
Death to all. Smack.
Here we go. Oh, so good.
Oh, okay, the meaty Geyser. Gonna get a combo for it. Asadamasa is like, mate, I'm Elder God rank online. I've seen Reborn Scorpion before.
That's a very good point.
Show me something I haven't seen.
But that forward 3 airborne conversion, I think a lot of the online Scorpions don't do that. Maybe they do.
Oh, okay. Big read from Shark Teeth. No defensive buff from Asadamasa. Shark Teeth waiting to see the delay wake up. Oh, another grab. Good stuff. This is what Shark Teeth needs to do. He needs to get the life lead and keep her at a range that Asadamasa can't breathe, right? This is a character. She needs space to do what she does. If you deny her that, and she doesn't have the lead, it's huge. Big crushing blow. Shark Teeth. Does he break away? Yes, he does.
Now the fatal blow. It's in play. If he hits it, he's going to win! Armor through the natural barrier. It has got a gap in the middle. Normally, it's a flawless block, but if you've got armor, take that 5-framer startup and give it here.
Is that enough? I think it is.
No, my
okay.
Oh.
Oh, underneath, but enough. Is that enough? That might be enough to kill. No. Oh, Asadamasa from out of nowhere still manages to get the life bar.
You know,
think for a second that was going to be enough.
Anyone that's played MK11, when you spend your fatal blow and you lose the round, that's a feels bad man moment.
And by so close as well. He was like millimeters, pixels even away from having enough. Oh, big teleport. That was a big commitment too. That was just a regular teleport. Ooh.
Actually, knowledge too. The Shark Teeth won't always pull that amplify. He's going to keep it simple. Even though Asadamasa got hit, because Shark Teeth was expecting it to be blocked, he didn't dedicate. Right, Geyser tries to punish, but he
must have been convinced it was going to punish, but obviously the crushing blow already used, so no big launch for Asadamasa, but there's the capitalization. Ooh,
I love the conversions like Cetrion. It was thought maybe she wouldn't be much of a combo character, but as long as she's got amplify and she's got range, she can get these little wayward conversions that work out quite nicely for her.
Oh, last minute jump kick. Oh, okay, big whip punish. I think Cetrion low-key has one of the better jump kicks in the game. Very hard to yeah. Big corner damage. Oh, and another grab. Shark Teeth full screen with very little health.
This is a bad situation for Shark Teeth now. He has to make something happen. He has got amplify. The cancels.
Oh,
he dedicates. barrier.
Ooh, okay.
Last breath is gone. I mean, this is nearly
unwinnable. He can't teleport anymore. He's lost his ability to do it.
Uh-oh.
The bar is physically not even there. He can't even wait it out.
This is basically variation.
Oh.
That's basically variationless Scorpion at that point.
He's got the air grab. He's got the air grab.
Oh, yeah. How lucky for him.
Oh,
Back
that was
home.
unfortunate. Shock Teeth. Like, imagine like picking Reborn to get the teleport cancelled to make the full screen game way easier to deal with, but then last breath procs and you just straight up lose your defensive bar. Straight up the game denying Shark Teeth the ability to do what he picked the character for. But Asadamasa playing well.
Tekken Master's little flawless block against Asadamasa trying to listen in there. Hey man, I'm just going up here to give him some emotional support. That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh, two players with quite a fair few of their countrymen in attendance.
Oh yeah, the Italy crowd is going mad. They are going mad
All
in
of
the background.
yesterday. Dude, there are a lot more Italians here than I was expecting too. I don't know how much I was expecting, just there was a lot. A lot more than you normally see from a single scene come down to.
But, I mean,
we've had a lot of people from Ireland, obviously Scotland, France showed up. Obviously, there's a lot of local Vienna players, and the UK had quite a few too.
This can be a stressful situation though, because Shark Teeth went with Scorpion because I think he was convinced it was the best character for the job.
It is a counter pick. Let's not beat around the bush. It was a counter pick, and it hasn't worked out. So now, what is the option? Because he has some very tidy characters at his disposal, but whatever he picks now has to be the character he thinks, I can win 3 in a row. And no messing around. This is loser's bracket action. If he can't do it here, he is going to be eliminated.
But if you lose, yeah, to be honest, I'm not
Was
surprised
it
he's
Searing
stuck
Rage or
in
Reborn?
it. We'll see what the variation swap was. Oh, looks like Searing Rage to me.
I think it is.
I don't know. It's the gear changes.
It's generated him a cool looking Scorpion.
It's generated
though.
him.
I'll tell you that.
It's generated him what Searing Rage normally looks like. What a mix-up.
Now, what are we going to see here? Asadamasa. It's his game to lose at this point. He's up 2 games.
Yeah, reborn again
from Shark Teeth.
Now, this was just tactical timeout to gather his thoughts, collect himself, analyze what he needs to do wrong, get some of that coaching from Tekken Master. Yeah, at this stage of competition, you've got to take that time to assess what happened.
Oh, the roll towards. And there's big punish incoming. Huge mistake from Asadamasa. Again, as long as you've got the breakaway, your mistakes aren't going to be too costly. Shark Teeth going to get that grab. He just needs a life lead. If he can get the life lead and stay at that range, it'll be so much easier for him, but I mean, still not easy, maybe not the right word, but you know what I'm saying. Less to work with. Ooh. Okay, nice capitalization. Spend the bar. Yes, he does.
Doesn't seem to matter too much that Shark Teeth didn't quite get the conversion he was looking for. He's done plenty of damage already. The reversal grab. Asadamasa, plenty of work left to do in this situation. And yeah, Shark Teeth, I expect him to block and hold quite a few of these grabs, honestly, because he has so much life.
Okay, jump kick, respect. Big jump out. Big read from Shark Teeth. Reading that delayed grab. You know, when you get those jump kicks that meaty, you know you have advantage. And Shark Teeth reading the grab. It's going to pay off. Teleports out of the corner. Ooh, okay, whip punish.
Whether it was intended to catch or not, there are so many active frames on that natural barrier that it has to be respected quite often. Unless it's point blank, then obviously you get your flawless block punishes, but it's just an extension of her zoning at a range like this. And instant jump kick. Oh, I love that. Was clean Atlantia.
Not a terrible amount of damage to get off a jump kick too at that angle.
You can really see the patience that Asadamasa is enforcing too. Like, he knows he has a life lead. He's going to just let Shark Teeth kind of really hang himself at this stage.
Oh, Asadamasa opts to go for a meterless punish there. Doesn't want to spend the bar.
If he has the crushing blow stocked for the next round and he can use it to punish teleport, it's going to be such an ace in the hole when you're in match point.
Oh, another grab. Asadamasa, he's not pressing every time that's cancelled, so Shark Teeth really able to start getting some freedom after the cancel we haven't seen before. Safe but minus.
I believe that's -5, that back 1-4-3. So
he should be moving.
Pretty attractive. All right,
okay.
jump. Breakaway, mandatory. Oh, he puts himself in the corner. I'm not sure I agree with that, Mustard.
Oh, escape failed. That's huge for Shark Teeth. And he's going to get a crushing blow. He already had it locked.
Damage over time and chip combined. And he goes for a big read. Asadamasa thinking, look, if he goes for a grab and he gets it down 2, it doesn't matter how much meter you've got in that situation. One crushing blow down 2 or grounded string, if he went for a grab there, would have killed for sure.
I think composure's been a big part of this as well. How many of the rounds have we seen that Asadamasa has really made it work those last couple of little bits of percent by just going for minus frames into a grab, a little bit of advantage into a grab, and Shark Teeth has been consistently getting hit by it. His decisions to just call out when Asadamasa is going to go for the throw and just taking a big payout for it has been a lot more prominent in that last game. Okay. Oh, just goes under.
Love the throw.
I thought Shakti, he's also playing a little bit safer now. We saw a lot of craziness, a lot of teleports in the first couple of games, and they weren't really paying off. Oh, and again, another big read from Master. We saw that a lot in his first couple of games also.
Some characters do struggle to convert off their high-up jump kicks, but I think the Geyser is so fast and has so much range.
Helps if you have a full-screen launching special, I suppose.
It does, for sure. Especially if you've got the reactions to convert off it. A lot of time to see that it's connected in that situation.
Ooh, raw teleport, dangerous stuff, but it's working. Every single one of those that connects is going to be a little bit more Astamata has to be afraid of. Oh, misses the confirm.
Oh, it's because Cetrion was so much higher up in the air than she normally is. Oh, amplifying and getting punished regardless. That's very unfortunate. Uh-oh. No meter.
Yeah, no bar
meter
this time. Oh, tries to anti-air with the uppercut. Didn't
I'm
quite
actually
work
very
out.
surprised we didn't see a crushing blow there on the duck. But I think Astamata either opting to save it for later or in the heat of the moment just went for a different string entirely.
Oh,
my word.
jump from Astamata, the call out. He can break away after the bubble, but does he?
He saves it. Interesting.
Oh, no, uses it
no.
after the combo's finished.
Definitely not what he was looking for, I think. Definitely seemed to me like a little bit one of those heat of the moment decisions that I think he regretted it the moment he pressed that button.
He's got offensive bar though, so if he gets good teleport, he can still win this. Yes, fatal blow.
Oh, 10 seconds on the clock.
Astamata going in. Oh, the max range wall, and Astamata puts himself to match point. That was so dangerous.
If he goes for something unsafe now, he has no meter to break away. That's going to be feeding grounds there for Astamata. Counter hit, special cancelable it becomes. And now gets the damage, keeps it unbreakable. I love it. And here comes more damage on top.
Yeah, good choice there from Shark Teeth. Both offensive bar spent and air late on the other side, but the damage over time is ticking down, adding up with the chip damage. Astamata already at 50%. Oh, doesn't chase down the back roll. But Astamata, he's going for every anti-air he can muster.
Oh, and that cancelled teleport. He jumped at the perfect angle for Cetrion to standing button anti-air. Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
No defensive buff. This is unbreakable.
I mean, he's still going to have a lead. He doesn't do the most damage.
What's the situation here?
Oh, he tries! Oh, he tried to fatal blow, I think.
It looked like a down 2 to me.
No, he went for a block. I think he tried to fatal blow on it.
Anti-air!
But not close enough.
You have to get a really deep dash to confirm that one. Astamata unfortunately dropping it twice in this game. Natural barrier. Oh, stop! Oh my God!
Is that
fatal
enough?
blow
Is that
through
enough?
the gap!
No, this has to be it. He has to get the minigame. He has to get the shields. He needs the shields or Shark Teeth is dead. Is that it? The beam! The beam is enough to take it, and Astamata is going to be eliminating Shark Teeth on the back of a fatal blow. Amazingly played, and of course the entire country of Italy swarms to the stage.
Yeah, all 5 of them, Jake.
Oh,
what a
Astamata.
result.
That was a good game. Shark Teeth, I massively respect his adjustment. He wasn't playing as crazy. He wasn't going for as many teleports. He was being a lot more reserved. But at the very end, it just came down to knowledge of gaps at the end and going around with it. If I was to nitpick, maybe would have liked to have seen a lot more natural barrier punishment from Shark Teeth. He looked quite uncomfortable with the general punish game of the barrier. But, I mean, she's a very successful character, right? We see Cetrion, she's been in top 8 of every single pro competition event in the hands of strong players. You know, she works for a reason, she's strong. That's a counter pick too, and it's still worked out as Astamata is going to be moving on in the losers bracket.
It's unfortunate to see Shark Teeth go out the way he did. I mean, like, ultimately, it was those moments where he overextended. But a character as defensive as Cetrion, she is one of the more frustrating characters to get in on. But that is by design, and the moment that happens, you find yourself in a position where you start trying to, I've got to get in right now. I'm not going to get zoned out all game. I want to make something happen. And then you do one teleport on block that is death, and it just sets up the train of disaster that follows.
That's what we saw. Dude, this has been a pretty good top 8 so far. Officially means we're down of our round 1 games, of course, on the winners' side. And the losers' side now, as we set up for our next games. Our winners' finals, of course, being Hayate versus Tekken Master. And I believe on stage we'll be setting up for Boki versus Dizzy TT as our next game. So that's going to be an exciting one to watch.
Have we seen this matchup already?
I believe it's a run back, yes.
This is a run back. They were in the same pool as each other.
They were. And Dizzy was able to take it there. So, you know, Dizzy's going to be feeling quite comfortable with it, I'm sure. But Boki, he's playing well today. He's got the room behind him. You know, I'm never going to say never, but Dizzy is quite the opponent to take down. And that final replay right there where you saw just literally the first time in the entire set that we saw Astamata actually punish the forward 3-4 gap, right? You know, the 2 kicks from Scorpion. There is a gap in between those. It's not free. It's safe on block for sure, but there's a gap. You can flawless block, you can flawless block reversal, or if you've got your fatal blow, the gap is big enough to get your armor. And the first time we saw Astamata go for it, we saw it punish with fatal blow. The first punish he went for, and it was what won the set. So saved it for a rainy day, you could say, and that's what he did.
For those of you just tuning in, welcome to Viennality 2019, the 3rd stop in the Mortal Kombat 11 Pro competition. And I feel like it's good things to expect. The guys are going to be checking their buttons, and while we get into our next match, we're going to go for a short break. But before we do that, I want to give a special thank you to DTT. This is a run back. These guys collided in pools yesterday.
I can say exactly where. It was winners semi-final of the pool, where Dizzy would then go on to win the winners finals against Do Basic. So they did play in pool play, and Dizzy was able to take it 2-0. So it was quite convincing. But I feel like we weren't surprised to see that at the time, given the fact that Boki plays Kung Lao, and that is a character that we know Dizzy, being a big training partner of Foxy, would have played against, by this point, probably hundreds and hundreds of times. However, it's a very different style, and we said this yesterday, but it's important to remember. Just because you play against one person that plays a character in a specific style, we know that you can get very comfortable with that style. You need to be able to kind of be ready for the multiples, which we know Kung Lao can bring to the table, especially in the hands of Boki. And I believe we're going to get straight into this in this losers action, as Dizzy was sent to losers by Tekken Master in winners side top 8 in a Game 5 last round situation. And Boki, of course, managing to defeat Yamini to get this far.
I think our matchups today have been absolutely ridiculous, and there's loads of time to reflect and capitalize on what to do differently. And Boki now, he's going to land himself a full combo, has no offensive bar left, so he can't extend, but he blocks the low, and there's a full punish. Just builds the final bar he needs for damage, and it's getting rid of all of the defensive bar for Dizzy. He has confidence to make a comeback, but honestly, there's a confirm. This should be the round for Boki. Oh,
unless he drops it. Dizzy throwing a lifeline. No defensive bar, though, so no last breath to save him. Oh, I thought for sure we'd see a dive kick.
The clutch block
gets hit. Oh, no way, no way, no way. Dizzy TT with the impossible comeback. He had no defensive bar and less than 1% of health. How did he do that? How did he do that?
It just came down to just the back one mix-up and Boki being very, very defensive, and then in the scramble, you just need one more hit. It can sometimes be really hard to decide what to do, because the dive kick was unsafe, right? You're going to dedicate to that when last breath was a factor? I think not. Oh no, the wake up down 2 was a bad call to make there, getting completely crushed by the back 1-4. Confirms as well. Side switch? Yes.
Okay, down 3 blocks, Dizzy still moving in. Boki has to be really careful. You see, he has to be so careful on the defense here against Sonya. Oh, point blank teleport, and it paid off. Boki pulling out all the stops. Oh, okay. Big neutral hop. Goes low this time.
Oh,
crushing blow. Oh, almost enough to take the life bar by itself, but another teleport. Boki, not afraid. Oh, big neutral jump, and there it is, the quick, cheeky low. Gonna get tagged. And Dizzy's taking that first game on the back of what is, all intents and purposes, a real master comeback by all definitions.
The fatal blow is a wonderful thing, especially if you've got an advancing mid that keeps the opponent grounded. The crowd, they're going to be cheering for Boki. They do want their hometown hero to win this. He has one hell of an opponent with Dizzy TT, but Boki is, I mean, this was the guy that defeated Honeybee yesterday. He's collected some amazing heads already.
So that was an expensive sequence from Boki. He spent a bar on the orbiting hat just to use it, and then the second on the amplified spin, of which was breakawayed by Dizzy for a free punish. Boki lost half his life almost, and most of his resources for that decision, unfortunately. Okay, big jump kick. Kung Lao's jump kick, so good.
Yeah, it really is, and it's mega plus. Ooh. Risky stuff there.
Oh, he's staggering it now.
Dizzy TT, very, very good at confirming the 1-3-4, even if it hits a little bit late. Unable to confirm now. Wake up roll, instant jump kick. The read's going to be on point. The forward one doesn't confirm the rest of the string, just in case. But unfortunately, that's another round gone, and it feels like already things are kind of falling apart for Boki a little bit.
A big thing is Dizzy is playing very carefree, right? Like he's very confident. He knows he beat Boki yesterday. You know, he is one of the younger players. It doesn't take very much to rattle him. He's very composed, and he's playing like that right now. I feel like it's important to keep your cool against this kind of playstyle. Boki, very chaotic. And if you can keep very calm against that kind of playstyle and really contain him, which is easier said than done for sure, you can have a much easier time with it. And that's what we're seeing from Dizzy right now.
Yeah, Dizzy dropping the whiff punish on Wake Up, but able to capitalize anyway. Eddie Dewing's going to get jumped in on, but that forward one string's not going to hit its mark. Boki keeping things nice and safe. He's getting little hits here and there, but unfortunately, apart from game 1, Boki hasn't landed a single significant connection yet.
Because every time he leaves the ground, Dizzy is going to challenge as well. Oh, wow, walks up into it.
That was unfortunate. Here comes the grab now.
Now Boki has that fatal blow, and it will kill at this health near enough. If he can just get anything, chip damage into it, some kind of...
That's why Dizzy's being
confirmed.
Oh, the jump in.
I thought for sure that might be it.
And he's just waiting for the counter poke. He was waiting and waiting and waiting, and the fatal blow never came. Boki tries to do something else, and Unfortunately, that also was the wrong decision to make. And I think ultimately, a big part of it is just putting a lid on it. At the moment, every time Dizzy TT is getting hit, it is something single, like a dive kick or a jump kick. It's nothing really to write home about.
But you're seeing Dizzy's defense against the General Kung Lao mix-up is if he reads the mid, he's going to sit there and block. If he reads the throw, he's neutral jumping. We've seen him do it a lot already, where he just holds up, and if he thinks you're going to throw, that's his option. And if it pays off, he's going to get a huge reward for it. At 2-on-2-on-2 is actually slightly plus on block 2, so Dizzy's going to sit there and hold it. Okay. Opts not to amplify. He wants to keep positioning. And the wake up 3 from Kung Lao. Meter spent and nothing accomplished. Jump back, dive kick, hard read. It's going to work out as well. These big decisions Spokey's kind of known for. Again,
the neutral jump. There it is.
Oh, no! Is that enough? No, not quite.
Oh, but that will be. Snap! Oh, get out of here, Twin. Stop stealing my brain. Match point for Dizzy TT.
No. Okay, last round to go. God, Boki has such a mountain to climb. This has been a fast 5 rounds as well. Again, another. I mean, he's not always getting a hit for it, but it's showing Boki that the throws are dangerous.
Oh, and the meaty down 3 too. Sonya's down 3, exceptionally good. The second hit, so the crushing blow requirement ticked off. The down 3, low profiles the jump kick. Blocks the energy ring, but it's not going to be enough. Here we go. He needs more. He needs so much more. Oh no, the whiff. No punishment though, really, Dizzy. He's going to get a grab anyway. This is Boki's last lifeline. He has to do something.
Oh, the drone drop. Coming in hot. And there it is, the -7. Walk back. Okay, here's confirmed. Dizzy has no bar. This could be huge. You see the fatal blow? No, holds it. Oh, the mid. No bar. And there it is. The reversal, just swift punch to the jaw is going to be enough to send Boki out of the tournament, unfortunately. But what a run. What a run.
I was half expecting Boki to just dedicate to forward 1 fatal blow. Because he hit it.
Yeah, you think?
He hit it, man. And yeah, the round of applause for Boki, the hometown hero. Unfortunately, 5th is where his journey ends. But top 8 was a phenomenal result. He took out some superb players on the way in. He can absolutely be proud of himself. And the rest of the venue's happy with him too. Now, moving swiftly on to our next match, it's going to be Foxy Grandpa. So it's going to be another one of our UK players against Asadamatsu, who we saw just take out Shark Teeth on an amazing display of Cetrion versus Scorpion. Now, the question really... I love this match.
Okay.
I really want to...
Let's listen to this if we can.
Yeah, just in case.
Right, we may have caught just the end of that, but the thank you Boki chant. Heartwarming stuff, my dude.
I mean, this is what this to me is what Viennality is all about. It is community through and through, and it's international presence put to its absolute greatest.
Well, the thing is, you don't just enter a tournament, right? You're not just here to play in a tournament, right? These guys, they travel together, they're friends, they're supporters. They're a scene, right? They're a community, individual communities that travel. You know, to have that level of investment. Any of those of you watching that, you know, regularly attend fine game events, you know what it means to be a part of the community. You have to travel, you have to put in the effort, you put the hours into the game to get better, but then you have to, you know, physically uproot yourself and get to where the tournament is. Usually it involves some plane or long drive, whatever, and you're doing that with your buddies, and that is exactly what we saw here at Viennality to a T. But moving on to this next losers match, we have Foxy versus Asadamatsu. We saw Foxy fall to Dragon's Cetrion at CEO, so it's definitely a matchup that we've seen Foxy lose to. I don't know if I want to say struggle with, but obviously it definitely didn't go very well for him. It was a 3-0. But there's already been a week between now and then.
Here's the thing about Foxy's Kung Lao, though. To me, it definitely has nothing to do with the matchups and the characters involved. I know, like, sometimes he might get zoned out. Sometimes they have, you know, Jackie's tech, which is good against Lao's grab, or grabs in general.
Very specific example. Sometimes you might beat Jackie and have the throw reverse.
Exactly. But my point is that it's actually more of a player matchup. And players like Dragon and Sonic Fox, the reason they, in particular, Foxy ran through everyone else at CEO except those two, because they approached it entirely differently. They were so content to just sit there and take the forward 4 on block and react to the grab accordingly the moment they see it, because they have good reactions for text. Not every player has those reactions, and if they do, they'll stand a very good chance against Foxy. If they don't, then it's much harder for them. Again, the natural barrier to start things off. I really like how that's going to be the choice for Asadamatsu, because he's just trying to completely just shut it down. No hit confirmed, but the plus frames already an escape fail. We've seen how disastrous that can be. Ooh, okay, good teleport. Okay, capitalization as well. Full combo, Asadamatsu getting the stun of the geyser. Whether he chose to end the combo or not, that might have just been keeping Foxy potentially trying to bait a breakaway or something like that. But there it is, down 3. Full combos now. 2-1-2-1-2.
Ouch,
Knocked down.
big damage. Oh, and the last hit connecting. Big crouch, huge decision from Asadamasa to just hold down there.
But
But Foxy, he got for mid like 3 times. It was like, right, now is when you go for the throw. And he was bang on the money.
I mean, look, I know stating the obvious, but sometimes when that happens, you're going to guess right or you're going to guess wrong. Asadamasa making a big call out, but look at the reward.
But I feel like it wasn't just a straight up guess, it was calculated.
Yes,
you know?
I agree.
Based on how much health he had left and the fact that he obviously had the crushing blow still on deck, he knew the throw was likely. It would have killed him. Oh, okay.
Foxy trying to fatal blow because of the full screen properties, but ultimately,
Oh, he still caught it. Asadamasa, no breakaway.
the fatal blow.
I wonder if he actually
didn't
would have
work.
even saved him, honestly.
I don't know. I mean, the fatal blow didn't work out because obviously we didn't tick off that armor yet. The armor hadn't quite become active, but the fact he got the round anyway was a little bit of a breath of fresh air for him, I think. Asadamasa now laying the pressure on. Yeah, if you don't cancel that string, it is unsafe for you aspiring players at home.
But if you get opened up by the Kung Lao 2-1-2-1-2 into spin, that's 20% near enough before you've even been launched. So that's a huge chunk, even if you decide to break it away.
I love just the absolute like diagonal space that projectile covers.
Uh-oh.
It shuts down Kung Lao's entire advance. All right, knockdown, mixed up. Goes in. Oh, and he's expecting a cancel, I assume. And now the forward 4 comes out. Down 1. It's going to actually just beat the down 3. I assume it was just crushing it. Low to the ground. Geyser. Dangerous situation for Asadamasa. Teleport, Foxy ready for the punish, and there it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's some more. Brutality again, Foxy. How many of those has he landed in tournament?
I genuinely think I've lost count. Across watching him at Combo Breaker and CEO and even here at Viennality, we saw him literally in winners top 16 against Happy Pout, and he was still fishing for it. But I actually thought about it. I wonder, that throw brutal being there as well. I know in top 8 maybe not so much, but I swear it adds to the mix-up. Because you know he wants it, and no one wants to get brutality.
Oh, here we go.
Now that's
Counter
something. We saw him do that at CEO. Instant dive kick on a read of a Geyser, and if he makes the read, he gets a full counter hit with punish. Ooh, combo drop though.
Yeah, forward just a little bit slow to react to that. But another grab comes out, and this is dangerous times. He can convert because he cancels, or amplify. Knockdown, keeping the forward 1, and there it is. A very, very, very true example of this mix-up put to full use.
Foxy Grandpa taking another life bar. Asadamasa back to the wall, but this is Cetrion. There's only so long she's going to stay there. And you see Foxy jumping in the air. I think he's looking to see the teleport and then react to it with that.
But the instant adaptation is Asadamasa now goes in for the boulder. That's actually the first time in 2 games he's gone for the boulder, because he now needs to shut down that airspace.
Well, I don't know if this is a very boulder matchup. I know we saw a lot of it from Dragon, but I feel like it really commands a lot of neutral control before you can start going for it.
And that's what the diagonal dedicates to. Ooh, my word.
The second he starts throwing them, Foxy's already ready with the instant dive kick. Ready for the options. Oh, no defensive bar for Asadamasa either.
Spends it, amplifies, and yeah, sits there and takes it. Oh, the trade. That could have been disastrous. Tries to anti-air, and he's going to pay the price for a second time. The fatal blow's in play. Will it be put to use? Oh, Foxy just ready. And oh, no. Oh, my. Another one. 2 in a row here. Foxy Grandpa, and there it is.
He punched a left eye and a right eye is one that came out.
Ow. I mean,
that is just the force.
The sheer force.
The shockwaves. Oh, okay, well, that's going to be it. Nivek. Is that even coaching? By the way, they're both looking. I don't know if it's
Nivek
coaching.
actually
being... no, Travis coming in.
The reason Nivek's being regulated is because I don't think he is Asadamasa's designated coach. You need to have a designated coach to be able to coach in this tournament.
Yes, you have to have a designated coach before the match has begun. But of course, these rules exist for a reason. Keeping it nice and clean, but a very clean 2 games for Foxy Grandpa as Asadamasa is looking a little bit lost.
It just seems to be, honestly, just reads from the full screen that Foxy is making. That instant dive kick is making an absolute ton of difference, to be honest.
I remember when we saw Dragon at CEO, he read the instant dive kick and he went for the close one.
Yes, he did.
But what a read that is, because if that misses, ouch.
I mean, Dragon is like one of the absolute, like, I would say, a top 3 MK11 player, right? He's going to make those reads! Oh, not again!
Just as we're talking about it, the hard read on the Geyser into the biggest of rewards for Foxy to a throw tech. Look at the block. Asadamasa wanting to be careful as much as possible. Cannot afford to make any more mistakes. Game 2-0 against him.
I mean, do I eat a forward 4, or am I going to be content to get grabbed to death? If he amplified that, potentially would have seen a crushing blow into damage too. Can't confirm. Foxy already jumping, so it's going to miss. And now here we go. Asadamasa back in the driver's seat. He's been looking for this all the time.
There's a tech. Tech into that immediate running down 3. That down 3 is such a crucial button for Kung Lao. It gives him his advantage.
I love it.
Long range, low to the ground.
Another throw tech from Foxy. Down 3 into forward 4. Respected. Oh, I'm not sure what that was. Asadamasa, I'm not sure if that walk forward was as intentional, but It's not going to punish him too heavily. He's still got a lot of life to work with. The dive kick punish again. Oh, no!
Now this is dangerous territory for Asta. Oh, the counter, the patience, Asta de Matza. I absolutely applaud his restraint. To just sit there and block for like, I mean, how many opportunities was that for Foxy? That was like 6, 7 chances, and he just held block Asta de Matza, refusing to get opened up.
It's because he knew that that fatal blow would kill, right? So in many ways, he just went for,
often forget that button even exists.
All right, knockdown. Here we go again, Amplify. What's it going to be? Lets it rock by itself. Down 3. And
out of the teleport too. And there it is, that down 2. Kung Lao. Oh, he went for something optimal. Normally you see Kung Lao just go for the down 1 for something simple, but Foxy saw it was max height. Tried to get something more. But when Matza throws Asta right back into the corner, and it's going to be match point. Foxy Grandpa, 1 life bar to go. And he'll be against Dizzy for that UK team kill.
Yeah, now if there's a moment to cheer on your boy Asta de Matza, this is the time. It might be his last.
See the patience though, he's not being... Like, Foxy is, like, he's doing a lot of dashes in. Oh, dive kick straight on.
No meter to amp. That's so unfortunate. Gets the big 10%. Read, but no damage.
Oh, okay.
Wow. First time we've seen Foxy actually go for that, and now
First
the reverse grab.
To is the big thing.
This is the reverse grab. It's the one that loops, and it gives him that meaty down 3, and if you challenge it, it's going to catch you and knock down, full screen. It's not damage, as the Master wants here, it's positioning.
Oh, he tried.
Punish!
Yeah, we saw Foxy try that before. He tried to the reactionary dive kick after seeing the teleport, but this time, speaking of which, hops clean over the beam.
Does not expect the final hit of that string.
Oh!
Get that boulder out my face. Grab again. Again, loopable. This is the reverse one we're talking about. Throwing it raw.
Oh, they get the patience. Asta de Matza just holding block for days.
Foxy not ready for these final hits of the strings. You normally see Cetrion players kind of stagger them. But in this situation, when it's 1 hit counts, Foxy looking for a dive kick.
Oh, the down 3, and there it is, the mid. The breakaway, we have those. Oh, Foxy knew. Delay wake up. Oh, the overhead connects. Dangerous stuff.
He's looking for the fatal blow. Foxy wants it.
Dangerous territory! No out here to be had, and the jump back dive kick.
I totally respect the attempt, but it just comes down to armored fatal blows not being prominent until the 5th frame onwards.
It means that, like, you can anti-air with fatal blows. You just have to be, like, bang on the money. You have to be right there with it already. But Asta de Matza, what a performance. I cannot stress enough, this man was sent to losers in his first match in the tournament and brought it all the way back to 5th place in a very stacked, one of, if not the most stacked European tournament we may have ever seen.
I mean, the competition here has been fierce.
I would say this is arguably the most stacked European tournament we have ever seen in Mortal Kombat.
We have to look about how long this game has been out, right? This game has been out for just about 2 months, and many different territories. I feel like in MK11, a lot of different parts of the world, especially around here, they're picking it up very, very quickly, as quickly as each other. So I think there's no wonder why the top 8 has been inhabited by so many different countries, because it's impressive to see, honestly. I remember MK9, MKX, so often were very specific parts of EU, the by far dominant regions, and I just don't think that's the case in MK11.
No, and I feel like this tournament has done a great job of showcasing that, you know, because it's not just the same regions dominating everything. Like, yes, we have 2 UK in top 4 waiting, you know, guaranteed losers finals. We have Middle East confirmed in winners finals. But there are so many other regions this weekend that have turned up. Like, you know, we've had Nicholas coming in and winning one of the most stacked pools we saw. You know, that there was no RZA in this top 8, no Mantis, no Happy Pal. These household names in the European community falling short to these players that we just either haven't seen in a long time or are seeing for the first time here in MK11. It's been such a great weekend and so good for, it means the whole of Europe is playing MK11, and that is amazing.
So as you can see, we have Tekken Master and Hayate stepping up to the plate. And while we wait for this match, remember to follow NRS Esports on Twitter for all the news that you need when it comes to competitive MK11. Viennality is by no stretch the final stop. We have plenty more tournaments where that came from. And stick around on social media, use the hashtag #ProCompetition. Tell us what you think. Tell us what events you're looking forward to afterwards. You will be seeing so many of these players at future stops. But we have a winners finals to get underway here, Mustard.
We do indeed. I can't wait to see it. I actually have no idea how to call it. I know Hayate has been playing incredibly well, of course, taking over Foxy Grandpa in a Game 5 earlier on. to get here, and Tekken Master, again, much of the same. Game 5 against Dizzy TT, right? Both of these players had to really fight for this position. And while they get through their button checks, I just want to say again, this has been such a fun weekend for just Mortal Kombat, but not only that, of course, a huge shout-outs to Roadrunner Records for sponsoring the pro competition and giving us this cool music. Of course, you see Aquaman rocking the merch, and CEO as well.
The metal fan in me is happy this happened.
I never thought this would be a thing. That we're on a desk talking about Mortal Kombat, sponsored by Roadrunner Records. Like, if teenage me saw this, he'd just be like, nah, that ain't happening. Get out of here. Okay, we're going in. This is going to be the matchup. Aaron Black versus Sonya Blade. Oh, so Sonya Blade coming out of Tekken Master this time.
I mean, Tekken Master collectively plays, I mean, without...
Pretty much all the top tiers.
We're not going to sugarcoat it. He plays all the top tiers, and for a good reason. He knows how to exploit dirt. He knows how to exploit a character's strongest tools. And, I mean, even though he plays Aaron Black, I doubt he's going to give the mirror match to Hayate, who is highly experienced in it. Running the mirror versus Sonic Box.
But that's the thing, right? Hayate is no stranger to top-level competition, and Sonya is one of the most popular characters in tournament. So if anyone's going to be ready for the matchup, it's going to be Hayate. At the same time, Aaron Black. We saw Shark Teeth pulling out the Aaron Black. We know Tekken Master himself plays Aaron Black. That's what he used to defeat Biohazard yesterday. So he's going to have that knowledge. Now, how much will it matter?
And now, getting completely zoned out. The moment Hayate runs out of Amplify, he's no longer able to really get through the projectiles the way he normally can. Tekken Master's keeping his eye on it. You're noticing, the moment the amplifiers run out, he's far more aggressive with his keep away because he's got a life lead. He can afford to take these trades. Now, it's becoming less likely. The Acid's in front of him, his back's to the wall.
He's like just out of the range of it as well. Her foot is like a hair's length away from the Acid. Oh, and Hayate, after playing so patiently the whole time, accidentally stands up into the amplified ring. It's a crushing blow.
I mean, Tekken Master going as far back as he can. I mean, he has no part in trying to be within Aaron Black's effective range, especially when the amplified shots disappeared. Down three, collide, okay. Wonderful throw tech, and I love it. Enforcing the barely plus frames that exist. Not sure, I think he's buffering something there.
Oh, okay. Tekken Master with a downward ring blast. You don't see that very often. On the Acid, it has to be really... Tekken Master, no, this is instantly playtime for Aaron Black.
This is the Tekken Master has spent the entire round trying to avoid that!
Oh, he got the down grab! Wow, Tekken Master!
3 seconds on the clock, on the verge of a timeout. Wow, Sonya has one hell of a black eye. Look at that!
Yeah, that's rough. So just walk down an Aaron Black that has Fatal Blow with the Acid on the screen. That took some serious guts from Tekken Master. But this is why he's such a good player, right? He's willing to make those decisions.
Oh, wow!
Oh, doesn't block the other low.
Down 3. Lots of down 3. They are plus on hit. Really good at guaranteeing that offense. Flawless block. Not going to mean much there for Hayate. Now Tekken Master remaining with the life lead. And he's going to play this full screen game again. The meter is gone. But fortunately for Hayate, the back to the wall is so significant that there's no way you can really deal with the Acid anymore. It's there whether you like it or not.
Okay, big mid coming through from Hayate. Oh, okay. You see that happen quite a lot. The second hit of that string with Aaron Black does tend to catch people that are looking to throw tech. Oh, the walk up into the overhead. Tekken Master making it work, getting his way out of the corner.
Hayate with the delayed wake up, taking Tekken Master's minus frames. He's going to enforce some block pressure here. The jump kick. Dangerous stuff for Tekken Master. This should, if Hayate plays his cards right, should be the round for him. Last breath, destroyed, and now we're back to neutral, back to mid-screen. It's like the game never happened.
Final round. Fight.
Oh, can't whip punish. I love the empty jump low, actually, because he knew that Tekken Master wasn't far enough away to enforce back one. There's the patience coming out from Tekken Master. You have to be careful. I feel like if you accidentally press against Aaron Black, not only are you obviously going to get opened up by a big combo, it's just, it's the setup, right? He's going to end in that slide, he's going to get the Acid. It's not going to be very fun for you. Tekken Master trying to play this long range game, zoning out Aaron Black. Obviously, his zoning game is quite meter intensive. He wants to keep up and do damage to you. It's going to cost him bar. Doesn't get it for free. And as you can see, his rifle is out of ammo. But Tekken Master's full-screen game is a lot more limited. He's also making the call in this final round when he predicts the shot that destroys projectiles, he's going in for the drone drop because it will trade favorably. You know, the whole point about destroying projectiles is you power through them and then punish. But if Tekken Master's trading with the drone drop and he's got the life lead, he can do that until the game and he will out-sustain Hayate. I actually like the fact that you pressed the low poke there.
Oh, wow.
Oh, down 2!
Oh, close enough for the down 1.
Into the jump kick. Now the time has come to make a choice. Hayate, 2 good reads on the jump in. Tekken Master's not whip punishable yet. Fatal Blow's in play. Down 2. This could be the 50-50 into Fatal Blow. We're going to see it. Fish in. Oh, the block. That was crucial. Make or break. They've done that Fatal Blow. Oh, and he pulls the trigger. And Hayate was just waiting for it. Doesn't even need to use his own Fatal Blow. He goes with guaranteed punish, takes damage where he can, and Tekken Master played so carefully up until the last minute where it came down to 2 jump-ins.
Respectable and risky patience from Hayate there. If you're willing to sit there and block against a Sonya that has that built-in 50-50, either or was going to kill when put into Fatal Blow. So the fact that Hayate was that confident to just call out, he's going to go for this Fatal Blow, and I'm going to block until he does it, for that long was very, very risky, but paid off massively.
Trades, and more trades now as Hayate losing his Amplify. And I feel like he's exclusively using his meter on destroying the energy ring. And it's a huge part of the matchup, it feels. First ring is going to connect, so no crushing blow to be had. Good stuff for Hayate. And I feel like even though Tekken Master is currently in control, it is a game of using that life bar as currency to get Tekken Master in the corner, and then keeping him there to the best of your abilities. Nice.
Oh, I really like Tekken Master's use of that mid. You don't typically see it too much with Sonya because it's one on the slower side, but it's still not terrible, and it's decent on block and hit. Oh, okay, the anti-air ring.
The moment you try and jump in, it's pain town for you. But I love it. Wonderful first round there from Tekken Master. And you can really see how heavily full screen this matchup is, but it is a game of, I expect a projectile that destroys mine, so I'm going to make the call and go for the drone drop. But at any point, maybe Hayate is going to make it whiff. If he jumps in, he can risk getting it as well. It's understanding each other's options, really.
You're definitely seeing Tekken Master playing this matchup, like, and picking this character, I think, more for the keep away, right? Like, normally you see Sonya very aggressive, very rush down heavy, but Tekken Master, he plays a lot of characters for very specific matchups and reasons, and I definitely feel like he's picked Sonya here for the keep away, right? She is zoning out Aaron Black. She's going to keep him at arm's length, and if he wants to get in and start playing his game, she can mix him up too. So I like this pick from Tekken Master. He's putting it to work really well. Big crouch for the grab, but doesn't get anything else.
This game
really need anything else.
Yeah, I mean, this game entirely changes the moment Hayate was able to throw the acid where Tekken Master can no longer stand behind him. He has the verge of maybe making a comeback here. He's going to get some plus frames from a down 3, but clipped by the back 1, and a very calculated game number 2. The adaptation from this ultimately was just 100% drone drop. The drone drop was a game changer. We didn't see it as much in the first game, and it was entirely based on, hey, in game number 2, I'm going to stop that shot from mattering as much as it did before.
I'm seeing some coaching coming out from Aziz.
Aziz would definitely be TM's designated coach.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll be surprised if not.
Vice versa, I think. I think Tekken Master was Aziz's coach actually before that took place.
But again, it's not surprising, especially when Aziz, he plays a lot of characters. Collectively, the Middle East know a lot about the game.
But that was how they learned. That was how they were able to try and level up Tekken Master for all the American tournaments that he was sent out to. It was the Middle Eastern scene that would learn the setups, learn the situations, and just teach him everything he needs to know on top of his own skill, of course. But Hayate now, a little bit of a life lead, and yet by the ring. And a life lead at this early on when they have these resources, or lack of in this case. I guess it's temporary, because now Tekken Master's going to steal it back.
Ooh. Now, I do wonder how Hayate is able to play around this, though. Because at the end of the day, like, this is how the neutral is going to be played. I think this is better for him when he has Tekken Master to the corner, but can he keep him here? Yeah, that button there with Sonya, it is ever so slightly plus. So if you try and press a poke, she will actually beat you in that situation. Oh, okay. Seeing some more trickiness from Hayate now, going for the down 4 into the scud shot.
Oh, he tried so hard to back-to-back down 3 to make it whiff, but Hayate gets the jump all the same. A very, very slow round again. Oh, knockdown. Tekken Master back in it. Oh, watch out for that though, clipped!
No breakaway. Oh, is that actually close enough to hurt? I don't think so.
It is not.
No, it's not at all. Just out of range, unfortunately.
Fatal blow is still in play here. Uh-oh. Maybe not anymore. 7 bullets left in the rifle too. Get her away. Oh, he tries. He was like a tiny amount away from that fatal blow actually hitting its mark. I love the positioning there from Hayate.
So close, but not close enough. Hayate's going to take it. Still 3 bullets left in the rifle. The rifle seems to be a huge changer in the matchup when it comes to like Hayate being able to sit on a life lead, but that's a finite resource, and it's not going to be very easy for him to reload it against this drone drop.
Drone drop though. Tekken Master going to be a lot more comfortable using it when he's far away. There's a less chance of a jump in! Hayate almost gets one, but thankfully the meter was ready for the energy ring to do its thing again. And look at how close Tekken Master is from the acid. Stepping in it just to try and fight his way out the corner.
Oh,
another launch. Yep, had to use the breakaway there.
I feel like there's a breakaway from Tekken Master there, but I feel like Hayate wasn't that likely to actually end in the slide, because it would have cornered himself, and he's having to try so hard to keep Tekken Master cornered. Oh,
that's an answer we haven't seen yet.
That's like the first time I've actually seen him go for that big boot, I think. He's one of the few.
fatal blows.
We've seen about 20 of them by now.
Oh, I love it! I love it! Using it on reaction to Energy Ring, the 10-frame startup on the fatal blow there from Aaron Black will eat up any projectile thrown at him.
First time we're seeing the Aaron Black fatal blow coming through, but absolutely perfect time. So you said, right, it's the 10 frames, it's the speed, it hits multiple times, it's full screen. One of the better fatal blows in the game, hands down. Hayate, it's going to be feeling good about that. We did see a Canadian player win Viennality last year.
Now, I'm pretty confident that the Viennality crowd...
hang on, I feel like they lost my train of thought by listening to the crowd. So we've got a European crowd cheering for Hayate. Oh, okay, they're saying he's basically French.
That makes sense.
I understand.
That makes a lot of sense.
So does that mean if Hayate wins, is this still a win for Europe? Does this mean that Europe's going to win Viennality if Hayate wins it?
Yeah, we'll say that. We'll say, Hayate is one of ours now.
Officially claimed, dude, claimed. But, oh, no, we're seeing a character change coming out from Tekken Master now.
I mean, he's not shy of it. Tekken Master, when he truly believes that he needs to make a drastic change, often a change of character is what he chooses to go for.
I mean, this is the Gearus that we saw him take out Dizzy with, so it's definitely worthwhile.
And he's not shy of making those big plays. And the Infinite Warden, that sand trap, it won't even trade with the projectiles. It will just chew through them. But if you're Hayate and you play in North American tournaments, you've fought a Gyros or two in your time. And he's going to be so familiar with this matchup. Is Tekken Master as versed in it? That's a punish, so
okay.
There's a great start, crushing blow, and a guaranteed situation for Tekken Master. Wow.
Oh, okay, still Hayate with a big crouch. Oh, no combo, though. That's the drop, unfortunately.
Jump kick's going to get out of dodge. But he can get through the acid puddle. What's it going to be? And he actually went for the flawless block. That's some knowledge and a bit of information for Tekken Master.
A good grab. Tekken Master's throw game with his Gearus before was definitely one of his strengths. Oh, the wake up down one from Hayate.
He knew that Tekken Master would mistime his meaty. The forward two didn't even begin to come out by the time the down one happened. I mean, don't forget to sometimes challenge the opponent. Their meaty timing will not be perfect all the time! I can't believe he didn't anti-air that. I think he was looking for it.
Well, there was an empty jump from Hayate, so I think he realized he'd jumped out. Wait, he still had that?
Escape failed, boys. It's going to be match point for PG Hayate. Just needs one more round now. And he's going to be our first grand finalist of the night.
Good throw tech. Okay, that down four again. A range that I don't think Aaron Black can punish it. Oh, there's the fist. Oh, tries to anti-air. Big mistake.
Escape failed. I love the reverse grab. Tekken Master happy to put himself in the corner if it means that Hayate can't make the read.
Oh, okay, no anti-air this time from Hayate. Good block on the overhead.
Yeah, Tekken Master, I think, is going to be happy with his life lead. He's not going to risk it for a chocolate biscuit off that low, but he is going to go for the 1-1-1. I think he was not ready for it to hit. I think he just decided. Knocked down now. No crushing blow left, so that's going to be the round still left to go.
I see Tekken Master's such a fan of that down four into the sand trap. He knows people, they see the down four on block, they want to move. And he's like, absolutely not. Going to catch you for it, my friend. And there we go, the grab. Tekken Master getting another round. It's still match point Hayate, but Tekken Master is fighting back. He has plenty of crushing blows left to go. He's yet to use his fatal blow. Very much still in this. Just maybe not where he wants to be on the screen, per se.
It's a jump kick, but a bit too high up to capitalize. Back-to-back down three coming out from Hayate. I think you can do a high. How about that? Spinning the Amplify. Gets another down three.
Oh, he tried.
Oh, he almost gets it too, but a bit too slow with the down two coming out there. Hayate now in a wonderful position. No punish, but still has corner positioning.
Of course, Aaron Black, one of the characters that if he sees that his punish is late, he can go to Scud Shot, make himself safe no matter what. Ooh, poke game exchanging.
This is definitely a battle of pokes right now.
But he knows Hayate's only really pressing the advantage when he sees a poke connect.
All right.
And that's what's going on. He hits the down three, and then we see that back two. That fast mid tries to anti-air the down one, but it doesn't connect. Tekken Master again with that down four.
Hayate, think about down four.
Hang on.
He's in big trouble now. Does he even have health? Does he even have health to use Fatal Blow? He hasn't even got the chance. Hayate, this is his game, and he gets the amplified shot. And he's going to be grand finals on the winner's side, taking it over Tekken Master, who now lies in wait in the loser's final.
Hayate popping off, pulling to the crowd. He knows they got his back. And that's it. Hayate is going to be in grand finals on the winner's side. I was talking before about Hayate and how we all know how strong of a player he is, right? He's arguably top 5 in like every other game he plays. But he didn't have the greatest performance at CEO last week, right? You know, we have to remember he fell to Furious Pillows Kotal Khan in pools and lost shortly after that. Definitely not the performance he was wanting to see, but what a turnaround. 1 week later, and he's immediately in winner's side grand finals of the next pro competition event.
I think he can definitely be proud of it. You know, you so rarely actually see Hayate pop off. You know, he's normally such a reserved guy. He's one of the nicer guys in the scene. Absolutely, anyone that's met him will tell you that. But it was just a great performance from him. Lots of patience, especially when we started things with this Sonya versus Aaron Black. I mean, this was a full screen battle through and through. It was understanding both of their options and just having to make the right calls, man. I mean, in those situations where Tekken Master made the adaptation to go in with the drone drop because it blows through rifle shot, it blows through amplified shot, and it's trying to stay a bit more inside the ranges where the drone drop was less likely. And anyway, look at how many of these rounds almost went down to timeout. And it was Tekken Master that did the final hasty play. Very rarely did Hayate ever overextend or risk the round on the choice.
He very rarely seems to... Again, we even saw that against Foxy Grandpa. He would very rarely press when it was a inconvenient time for him to do so, right? Or a ill-advised time, for sure. You know, very respectful player is Hayate, which, again, when he's going to make those reads, like the wake-up buttons like we saw against a couple of times against Tekken Master's Geras, when you've got a player that disciplined, that plays that clean, when he does decide to, you know, make those big decisions that you wouldn't normally expect people to do, you know, especially at this point in competition, it makes it all the more kind of intelligent because it's not being abused. He's not trying to, you know, really force his turn anywhere. He's playing by the book, and he knows when to break a couple of rules when it means the most, and he's going to find himself in winner side grand finals because of it. As we move on to our next game, which is going to be our losers semi-final, and this is going to be a hard one for us to watch, isn't it?
This matchup has so much history behind it. Foxy Grandpa versus Dizzy TT. These guys really started playing during the Injustice 2 days, and Dizzy TT is he is our biggest up-and-coming young talented player in the UK. Honest to God, I'm gonna pitch it for him. If there's any European or British orgs out there, you're looking to sponsor a player, for the love of God, make it Dizzy TT, because this guy is an animal at such a young age as well. But Foxy was really the player that had been teaching Dizzy everything he knows. You know, Dizzy has an extensive experience from a young age in tournaments, and I think that's really the commendable thing when you see young players that can play in tournament pressure and it doesn't really faze them that much. I mean, God knows when we were that age, it wasn't that easy.
No, honestly, that's one of the things that makes me the most impressed about Dizzy is, A, how young he is, and B, just... he just wants to play Shang Sonya. Like, oh no, the mix-up. Oh my God. I mean, as far as failed handshakes and fist bumps go, that was a pretty good way of recovering it.
This is 2 generations of top UK NetherRealm talent. You know, Foxy was the original UK superstar, and Dizzy TT is not far behind him.
No, but it's like, you know, the point I was trying to make before they ruined it with the handshake. Dizzy TT, like, it's how good he is at the game, but how composed he is. As you said, his ability to just, he doesn't tilt, he keeps calm. At like the amount of like highest level tournaments he's already been able to go to is staggering. That's absolutely ridiculous. But here we go. Losers action. Only one can progress through to get that match against Tekken Master at Losers Finals.
It's very rare you can see a matchup of Student versus Master, and I think the divide between the two of those has very, very quickly like drawn closer because, I mean, very much I would say Foxy and Dizzy evenly matched in skill at this stage.
Now, last time they played in tournament was Stunfest. Shortly after the game came out, it was a different matchup. It was Cassie versus Sonya, but Dizzy was able to reset the bracket, and then no, Foxy was able to reset the bracket, and then Dizzy was able to win 3-0. So they have definitely gone back and forth already in European tournaments. Big punish on the teleport.
I already foresee this can be a matchup of Sonya controlling the pace due to her increased range. But then when Foxy gets in, it's how does Dizzy handle this mix-up? A wake-up neutral jump into an instant Z-hat. Foxy doesn't normally make that choice, and I think this is absolutely going to be a player matchup here, Mustard.
I mean, these guys would have played hundreds of times by now, so I think we're going to see some stuff from both players that we maybe wouldn't normally see. But that normally happens when you get training partners playing in tournament. They're going to be against the book a little bit here and there. Oh, okay.
I know Foxy may be the more immediately successful player of the two of them in the pro competition. Dizzy still doing well in his own right, but it's Foxy that has the 2 top 8s. Dizzy looking to overtake this time would be such a great result for him. Holding the forward 4, smart. I expect Dizzy, honestly, to hold a fair few of those and react to the grab. We know he has grab reactions.
Well, the thing is, like, think back to watching Foxy at CEO last week, we would see him just roll and just steamroll over so many players. But the second he fought against like the Sonic Fox, the Dragon, the players with, again, that top tier composure that are willing to kind of just make the risks, make the reads, I should say, against the options Foxy is trying to enforce. We would see those players. Oh, on the ground!
He's dead!
That's
He's
a crushing
dead!
blow. Oh, break the back!
Guaranteed right there.
Whatever that bit is. I'm not a
Break
doctor.
that piece of anatomy,
Break the bone. Why not? That bone.
Break the bones.
But I feel like Dizzy's one of the players that you might see have that level of composure to not necessarily crack under the relentless enforcement of the middle throw.
Energy ring. Trading unfavorably with Foxy right now, who enforces Z-Hat. Expects actually some sort of advancement from Dizzy, I think, and a lot more use of the straight hat. If Foxy has the
That
life
chip
lead,
damage is actually kind of crazy. Oh, they trade.
I love the jump. I actually think that's why Dizzy is trying to jump a lot more, because jump has a really high chance, it seems, of the forward 4 whiffing on the second hit, which means, if he goes for forward 4, Foxy can't confirm it.
But that's only if the melee timing isn't perfect. Okay, this could be comeback territory for Dizzy.
Uh-oh! Foxy has no defensive bar. Dizzy. I foresee him spending a lot of meter here. Yeah, there we go. 1 bar spent. Oh my god. And he knows! Oh! Foxy knows! Z-Hat, down 3. Has to wait for the hat to come back.
Oh! The leg takedown. Oh, no finish!
A jump kick!
A late jump kick! Dizzy no answer. Now, you know what I said right at the start of the game, where we're going to see some stuff from these players that you don't normally see. When was the last time? Well, not even the last time. When have you ever seen Foxy go for 3 pokes in a row, and then it beat out the fatal blow, and then he stopped? Because that is clearly what he was looking for. He knew that was a likely option.
That was the down 3 stepping in and saying, my work here is done, and then vanishing for good. What a turnaround.
Not for good. Not for good.
For the game!
We have plenty of matches left to go.
I mean the first game, Jake.
Yeah, I know. God. Now, Dizzy has been doing this quite a lot. He's taken his time in between games. I feel like after every loss he's had, he has always like re-randomed the stage. I know they're selecting Viennality, but the tournament stage has random select built into it, so, don't roast me for it. It is true. But he's taken his downtime, and I think it's important. And it also could go hand in hand with why we talk about and commend his composure so much. Taking that time to really, slow it down, think about it.
Round 1.
And very important, for sure.
I'm a firm believer that I'm glad that restart match was removed for tournament, because how many players can turn around now? How many players can turn around and say that they feel like this increased time to think and calculate, it goes so far in the world of competitive. Dizzy now, going to amplify. Keep Foxy near the corner. He's going for these really weird jump kick timings. He even tries to amplify the spin because he was so convinced it was going to pick up. I know the regular spin doesn't hit from that range, but I guess the amplify didn't at that angle either.
I guess it's part of the matchup. If you decide to break away as Kung Lao goes for the amplified spin, you are going to punish him for it. It's just normally quite dangerous. Dizzy with the crispy link in the corner into the round win. Dizzy going to get himself on the board.
The moment Sonya has your back to the wall, the back 1 becomes one of the scariest buttons in the whole game, especially in Ringmaster, thanks to those ring dash cancels. Z-Hat establishing some space. There's a lot of conditioning that has to come out, though, for that Z-Hat to actually be effective, because at any moment here, if Dizzy TT just throws an energy ring, you won't even get the Z-Hat to come out. It's when Foxy's convinced he's going to cancel it or do nothing.
A forward throw. In fact, forward throw is not the worst thing here. Normally, you're used to seeing that. The back throw is the one that gives them the advantage. It has the crushing blow.
There it is.
So that's the one you normally see. But the forward throw there, setting full screen, but with a little bit of time to go for like the Z-Hat, set the kind of stuff up, but big jumping from Dizzy. Ooh, another big green in the throw, but didn't get too much. A big change in flow from Dizzy. Foxy, I think, got a little bit too comfortable throwing those Z-Hats. Now he's an advancing mid for it and a full jump kick. That said, Dizzy TT, his back is to the corner. Kung Lao now eats her down 3. Hits a forward 4, and here we go. Damage. I can definitely understand why Dizzy opted to go for a wake-up up 2 attempt there, because yes, the forward 4 will beat it, but their throw immune are up 2s, and hers is fast. So if he's going to go, like, okay, he is going to meet me with a grab, up 2 it is. I can definitely understand it. Ooh.
Shigilo knockdown. He's losing meter, and that's really worrying for Dizzy too. The moment you lose those defensive resources, Kung Lao just has so much more ability. He hits that spin, you ain't getting out the damage.
Dizzy calling out Foxy's counter poke game. Oh, the confirmed breakaway really high up. And there it is again. Oh, back-to-back pokes. Not close enough to get the damage. No dive kick here either. I think he just wants to knock down. And no breakaway. This might be death. No, he wants to take the advantage. And there we go. He went for the reset.
It was a specific setup there, getting the forward 1-2 knockdown, the amplified Z-Hat, meaty on pressure. I mean, that was just, I have 2 bars in this variation, what can I do to kill with it?
It was reset 101. You know, you hear the term reset thrown out all the time, and that is a shining example of what it is. He could have taken the combo and ended with a jump kick, dive kick, and maybe have killed, but it wasn't guaranteed, right? It was very unlikely to kill with that combo damage. So he reset the situation, deliberately going for unoptimal damage, but a better situation to maybe reset into another hit, which had a higher chance at winning the game. That is exactly what we saw, and that is why Foxy is 2-0 up. And Dizzy, unfortunately, backed into a corner. There is.
The crowd has a thing to say about the fact that I've never seen Dizzy.
Has Dizzy played anything but Sonya since the game came out? I know he... What?
Is this where the saga continues? Is it UK Shaolin that we're about to see?
I don't know why I'm going, this is the better pick. Why am I disappointed?
I agree,
of course.
for sure. I agree for sure. But man, it is absolutely insane how much you can learn about this game by watching the best players go head-to-head. Because you see so much next-level tech that you just don't see outside of the pro competition.
Oh, well, we're going into what could be the final game of the set. I definitely do not want to count Dizzy out. We saw him at the comeback in Stunfest, but Stunfest is already 2 months ago.
And it was a different matchup. Foxy was going in with Cassie because at the time of Stunfest, Foxy wasn't a believer in Kung Lao. I actually spoke to him about this at Viennality and I said, what is it about Kung Lao from the Summit days and Stunfest days to now that just makes it different? And he said, I just needed time to figure out the character.
Yeah, for sure. But think about it as well. It's more than just that. Cassie, on paper, better character. Think of the tier list the community is making, right? A better character overall. Much better than Kung Lao. But what is Foxy Grandpa more comfortable with? What is having more success? Kung Lao. It's not always about the tier lists, my friends.
If it fits your style and that character does it, then by all means go with that character. It's what Foxy's doing with Kung Lao, and it's clearly putting in its dues. And there we go. Full confirm, Foxy Grandpa on a comfortable match point, and Dizzy just looking like he just can't find the answer right now.
Yeah, that was a dominating round for Foxy. Dizzy just not quite able to make it work just yet, it seems. As we see, again, he's going for that ring blast. We're not really able to see the full screen game of Sonya really do anything at the moment. Foxy is just playing around it so well with the dive kicks, the Z-Hat, trading, the guided hat being... honestly, I still think to this day, the guided hat, low-key, one of the best projectiles in this game.
If you can take a projectile and make it
crouchable, just make it a mid.
Yeah, the ability to make a projectile a mid is so underrated in NetherRealm games in general. Ducking highs is a massive part,
especially when used in conjunction with the Z-Hat. That's Foxy Grandpa. He has a life lead, not a commanding lead though. Dizzy more than capable of bringing this one back, especially as he gets these rings one at a time. Yeesh. Oh no, no drone here. He didn't get the signal, my friend, and that's going to be a dive kick whiff punish.
Foxy just knew he'd try and out in the air that. He was so ready for that dive kick, it's insane. That was no hit confirmed. And now Dizzy potentially one gets away. The neutral jump, no whiff punish, and this is a last lifeline. Oh my word, Foxy with the turnaround and the whiff punish. No!
He holds the ring. Oh, the whiff. The jump-in kick is going to do it. And Foxy is going to take it 3-0 over Dizzy on a clutch flawless block launcher. We saw Foxy do quite a bit of that in early stage matches. We see him do it a lot in pools at CEO, even at Viennality, but saving it for the last moment in this game. And what a decision. Holding it up his sleeve until the very end. And he's going to be able to take a game against Tekken Master. This is the first time we've seen this in a while in MK11. It's not going to be the first time overall, but I think it's going to be the first time we'll see this match of Foxy versus Tekken Master since Foxy made the change to just straight up Kung Lao and Kung Lao only.
Absolutely, and you know, we've already mentioned how a lot of things can change in the amount of time that we've had since the earlier days of tournaments, which is kind of crazy to say.
It has
We're
not
still
been in the early days.
It has, technically. But I mean,
the early days.
We're looking at the final 4 players, right? It was Diddy TT, Foxy Grandpa, Tekken Master, and Hayate. That was, I think, one of the more predictable results. When you look at the head count of players going in, I think this being the top 4 was not really a surprise to anybody, but the order was where things were going to mix up. Hayate definitely in the best and most comfortable position to win this entire tournament. It's going to be a hard-fought losers finals. I do think this has a higher chance of being a close game because look, when Tekken Master and Foxy go head-to-head, it's always close.
And it's just one of those... I'm going to call it a rivalry. You know, these are 2 players that are very much known for being the kind of like undisputed #1 and #2, sometimes in like varying order. You could definitely say that towards the end of Injustice 2, Tekken Master was, you know, I think early Injustice 2, Foxy was definitely kind of more up there. but not by much. You know, Tekken Master would best Foxy in Injustice 2 early on as well. And towards the end, you could say Tekken Master definitely was more on the upper hand. But then you look at Foxy and Tekken Master's MKX resumes, and Foxy would beat Tekken Master almost all the time. But then when you look at what they've achieved, you know, they both got second place at EVO. They both lost to Sonic Fox in the grand finals. But again, you know, I feel like Foxy's achievements in MKX really kind of did take themselves ahead of what Tekken Master was able to do, and Tekken Master had an impressive list of achievements in that game too. So that is saying, you know, that is saying quite a lot. But then of course Tekken Master himself at Injustice 2 and moving onward, and now we have a clean slate with MK11 as we progress through. Let's have a look at the bracket before we get into this losers finals and see how this top 8 has progressed.
Oh my word! I mean, we've said this a bunch, and I've said it online, and everyone else is saying it too. But I'm so proud of Viennality and how many different parts of the world were represented in this top 8. And it's a testament to just how much talent exists outside of North America too. I remember, like, what, 8 years ago in MK9, it was North America or bust, really.
All right, so I'm going to talk to the crowd for a second. Those of you watching here live, if you came here with a group of players from your respective regional scene, make some noise. I know there's more of you out there. Make some more noise.
Thank you very much.
There's a lot of them here. A lot of them here. There's a reason you see so many flags in this top 8 bracket. You know, because everyone has traveled here. Everyone has showed up. And this is not the most predictable top 8 either. You know, we had so many good international players here. And the fact that we have, you know, of course, Boki making it in, Asadamatsu, Yamane, Shark Teeth, Dizzy, Tekken Master, Hayate, Foxy. They had so many amazing games just to get to this point. But as is always the way, we have found ourselves with 3 players remaining. Hayate on that winner's side of the grand finals, and Tekken Master and Foxy Grandpa about to see who can get that run back, as both of these players are in losers because of losing to Hayate. So you know both of them are going to be hungry for that run back.
So I believe while the losers finals gets up and running into our final block of intense games here at Viennality, we are going to go for a short break. And as always, got to give a shout out to Roadrunner Records and to Such Tournament Remain in general. And that's going to be Tekken Master, Foxy Grandpa, and PG Hayate. Hayate is sitting pretty in the grand finals with definitely the best position to win this tournament, and he has become the favorite, but there are only one more player left. And it's going to be one hell of a losers final.
For sure. Before we get into this match, there's one thing I had a quick look during the break at the current standings of the pro competition, because I want to kind of see exactly where the players are at. As I know these are 3 players that we've seen at multiple pro competition events already. And I want to see what the points are looking like. And this, depending on how these next couple of matches will go, we are going to see a big shift up in the standings. As Tekken Master is currently 9th at 250, Hayate is 6th at 300, and Foxy is currently 2nd at 600.
Wow.
So Foxy is currently standing at double Hayate's points, and a lot more than what Tekken Master currently has. But this tournament right here, if Foxy drops at 3rd and then Tekken Master, and especially whoever wins it, gets that 1st place, that is going to really shift things up in this points leaderboard. As of course, this is the first European stop in the pro competition, the 3rd official offline major. Of course, we've had online for America as well, and there are plenty more events left to go. But any point you can get for yourself here, especially early on in the circuit, will save you so much of a headache later on in the year. We've seen so many instances of players missing the finals by like 5 points here, like 10 points there. So when you've got the point difference between 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, you know that's something that all the players are gunning for. And I do believe we are ready to go at Foxy Grandpa versus Tekken Master. And what could be, okay, so it's going to be the same matchup we saw Dizzy versus Foxy play in the match before, and Kung Lao versus Sonya.
We've seen that Foxy has extensive experience against Sonya thanks to his training partner Dizzy TT, and it's very common that to get experience versus this kind of Kung Lao, you kind of need to play Foxy to get it. I don't know truly how much experience Tekken Master has. However, much like Foxy, Tekken Master does bring his own unique bit of spice to a character pick, and if these guys haven't really gone head-to-head recently, it could definitely go either way. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, this is the MK11 Pro Competition Losers Finals. One of these players is going home, the other one to meet Hayate in Grand Finals.
There's that trade. We're seeing a lot more of a full-screen keep-away-oriented Sonya from Tekken Master. Dizzy wasn't quite able to establish this as much. Big dive kick, but no big punish into a whiff punish of his own. A big mistake.
Make those mistakes, I guess, at the very least, try and make them at the very beginning, but a hard read! The neutral duck on the grab, and the down 2. It's going to be gone for now, but at the end of the day, that's a win for Tekken Master. He was able to get damage, 2 crushing blows used in 1 round, but it resulted in a very, very swift round 1.
Now, a big change here between Tekamaster and Dizzy. We said before, when Dizzy reads a throw, typically he'll just neutral jump or he'll jump out on a read. Tekamaster, very willing to just sit there and crouch. The big payout on that down 2. And other such launches that we know Sonya has is going to be a big changer here.
It becomes a game of big risk, big reward on both parties. You know, Foxy takes a big risk every time he throws. However, if Tekamaster were to release block, he's going to eat forward 4 for breakfast, which is a full combo, or all of your defensive bar gone. I love the turnaround though. Yeah, Tekamaster opting to go for a more defensive
He's not actually winning it so far. He's trading hit for hit. I know that. Obviously, the damage output of the hat is definitely being a bit of a problem right here. Going to get tagged. Okay, that's going to even things up somewhat, but a little bit more damage. I think like literally a tiny amount more the hat is dealing. This might be like 1% difference. Ooh, okay, another crouch.
Every time Foxy's gone for a grab. Now, oh, what?
That was one of those flawless blocks. Definitely one of those flawless blocks. And there it is, the wake-up fatal blow, seeing the Z-Hat. Tekamaster not going to let that one slide. This won't kill, but it's going to get him real close.
Tekamaster, the entire match has just been absolutely not shy of blowing through all of his resources. And every single throw Foxy did, every single one, Tekamaster actually ducked it. That was 3 for 3. I have never seen that happen, ever.
No, but I feel like this is just the kind of player that Tekamaster is. He is not afraid to just make the read, dedicate to it, and then accept his reward. We saw it when he played against Bio yesterday, you know, in the Kano, and that's a big part of how that matchup went, because he was able to just read the grab, crouch the grab, and that was that. And he's doing the exact same thing now against Foxy.
He's playing this matchup so well, and now he's up to go a little bit more aggressive. Like, if you have all of the resources now, he's going to get the knockdown too. Why not just try and press the advantage a little bit? Now he's got the life lead. He can go back to this retreating style. Foxy only really had a chance in the second round because he had the life lead to begin with. That is not the case here in the second game. All right, confirmed. First time I've seen it.
Yeah, no breakaway. Oh, the roll, but no punish.
I really love, like, Tekamaster looks fully ready for this matchup. Now Foxy's trying to enforce more, but oh my god, another one! How many times is this man gonna guess right?
Oh, and that's gonna be enough damage as well. Of course, Sonya. Tekamaster's doing so much damage. Tekamaster, his reads have been absolutely off the hook so far.
I have never seen one player make so many reads, and there it is, the second hit.
I think he's literally just crouched every time. Because he hasn't eaten every forward 4 either, so he's making the read.
Dive kick with punish, but Foxy needs a lot more because he was caught in the air. The amplifier is not going to do a massive amount of damage. And all right, there it is. I'm honestly surprised that Tekamaster didn't
The first throw we see connect.
It just took 1.5 games to get there.
Oh, I wonder if Tekamaster was going for the flawless block almost on that jump in. We're seeing a lot of people fail to anti-air the jump kick, so I wonder if flawless block is going to be his go-to.
Oh, there it is. Fatal blows in play. Dangerous territory now. Foxy gets a grab, a big risk, but if he hits a fatal blow, he's still in a wonderful position now.
Oh, wow. That last-minute jump kick. I wonder if Tekamaster was going for the anti-air. You saw Foxy again sit there and block, trying to bait out that fatal blow.
Now the trade game begins again. Crushing blow on the energy ring has gone now, so that's not going to be in play. Foxy doesn't have to worry about that. But I do wonder how things are going to go. And yeah, as long as the Z-Cat is in play, it will go, whether Kung-Lao trades or not.
Oh, no clip. Block on the overhead, and there it is, the mid.
I wonder if that Tekamaster is actually less shy of making those reads because he has breakaway.
Oh, for sure. No, we saw that again at CEO as well. Like, players really willing to use those resources to good use. If you've got the breakaway, you can afford to do something a little bit more dangerous, you know, like eat the forward 4. So you can break away. Reactionary dive kick. Ooh, preemptive. There's the low.
Well, ultimately, it's a lifeline, isn't it? If you have your breakaway available, you can make that one giant read and actually kind of, you know, get off scot-free for it, in essence.
Oh, there it is, the reactions. Oh, and again, another. Down 3. And there it is, the poke. Oh, okay, another short hop coming out of Foxy.
Oh, that's confirmed. Tekamaster's going to get a second game here. And he's just playing around the up close exceptionally well. I'm really impressed with how Tekamaster is approaching this matchup.
Well, it's a combination of making the right decisions against, you know, obviously like the mix-up that we know Foxy's trying to enforce, right? It is now becoming a bit more than just the mid or the throw, right? You're then throwing in like the pokes. Tekamaster knowing when Foxy's likely to go for the down 3s, challenging with his own, because Sonya's down 3 on hit obviously gives her offense a chance to open up. Tekken Master is just playing around it really well. A lot less of a full screen-oriented game that time as well. Game 1 was very projectile-heavy for a lot of the time, but this time Tekken Master getting a lot more close. A closer game because of it, I feel, as well, but still. Foxy now 2 games down. Tekken Master 1 game away from getting that run back against Hayate in Grand Finals.
Tekken Master's fearlessness has given him one hell of a head start here. There's the block.
Oh, he tried to punish, not in range.
That's unfortunate. Overhead's going to catch him as well. Putting him down immediately. The crushing blow comes through once more. And I mean, Tekken Master working on the verge of a 3-0 here in Losers Finals.
From the range, of course. Tekken Master looking to block. There's the patience. And there's the hesitation from Foxy as well. He's now leaving the gaps. He's trying to get Tekken Master to poke so he can block. And there you go. Wonderful environment interaction. Oh, sensible screen. And again, another drone drop coming through.
The range advantage is definitely making a big difference in this matchup. Yeah, Foxy, he's doing what he can, but ultimately, he's a character that has to get in on this zoning. Tekken Master sitting there and blocking the forward 4. Taking it down 3, not able to get much off it now. And Foxy starting to bit by bit chisel his way back into this match, but he's drawing on danger territory. Gets a jump kick, not ready. Oh, hesitant on the anti-air, blocks correctly, and now he's going to finally get the kill. And Foxy messing around, not at all. We're going to guarantee it, use the Fatal Blow. We have to take a round and we need it now.
So the Fatal Blow is going to be a big thing to spend for Foxy, but again, you know, spend the Fatal Blow with the round. It's definitely worth it. Obviously, losing the Fatal Blow is quite a big deal, but again, right, he's still got Crushing Blows locked and loaded. He still has, he doesn't need Fatal Blow to make his game work.
I mean, that string that he punished it with could have Crushing Blowed. He opted to use Fatal Blow instead because that was less vital in this matchup.
But it was a clutch block as well, you know. Tekken Master, he committed to the 50-50 into the Fatal Blow. If that connected, that would have put Tekken Master on match point.
So much pushback on the energy ring too. It's absolutely wonderful for establishing that space. Dive kick again. Oh, forward 4. No defensive bar this time. Breakaway is impossible. The escape failed. Still locked and loaded.
Oh. The grab. Good tech.
I love the tech. Overhead. Oh, he goes for the cancel instead. Oh, whether that was a drop or not remains to be seen, but it's going to be good life all the same.
Oh, we got under the ring, but the knowledge, the wake up. The mid, no crouch from Tekken Master.
Oh,
and there it is, he gets it! Fatal Blow! That's enough, that's gonna kill!
It really has been the running theme of this set that almost every time Foxy goes for the grab, Tekken Master gets it, and it was a, you blocked the forward 4, surely you're not gonna do it again, and fooled you again, friend! Match point, Tekken Master.
Oh. Foxy, okay, there's the kick in the air. Oh, just the max range back 1 coming out of Tekken Master.
Down 3. Unfortunately, doesn't do much for him. Trying to interrupt the gap, but taking a lot of damage for it. Working his way in. The forward 4 is going to get blocked. Tekken Master enforcing his turn. There's the mid.
A really good option because it's going over that down 3 that we know Foxy kind of really needs to get his offense started. And there's the low. Foxy's not too worried about it, but that chip damage is going to start to really hurt. The ring, 1 at a time.
Man, what a favourable pick there, Tekken Master. I love this choice. It's been so good for him. He's played this matchup so well. It's back to the wall, but it's still
okay.
Get back down, apparently. Oh, this might be it.
Oh, there's a block on the dive kick, and that's going to be it. Tekken Master eliminating Foxy Grandpa from the tournament. An amazing environment usage into the block dive kick. Going to get his run back against Hayate now. Guaranteed 2nd place at least, and it's going to be the run back. Foxy Grandpa out at 3rd.
You can see the celebrations from the Middle East scene, and honestly, it is no surprise whatsoever. They've been so proud of Tekken Master since he first stepped onto the scene with Mortal Kombat X, and he's just gone from strength to strength since then. And you know, it's always wonderful to see the progression that a player makes. He's going to be in Grand Finals now. He did have a very back and forth series against Hayate in the Winners Finals. There's going to be some adaptations needed here. However, we'll see if Hayate can pull this through and win on the winner's side. Oh, what's going on here?
I'm not sure, but while we figure out why, we're going to see our players get ready in the Grand Finals. Now, you see the difference in how Tekken Master was willing to play that as well. You know, he was looking for, again, stuff exactly like that. He was making those big decisions, right? When he could just feel that a throw was coming, just hold down, get the crouch, have it miss. And then more than just that though, right? A big thing about that matchup was the way Tekken Master was constantly, he was using the Sonya mid, because it looked like it was throw immune. I don't know for sure if it is, but I assume it is. That one right there that he tried to go for. Bad time to talk about it maybe because the replay sees it miss, but like, that was going over the down 3, and it was throw immune. So it was a really good option from that range. You know, Tekken Master very ready for the matchup, and Foxy trying to get in the way of the rings.
This really, I think, was the If there was one way you could describe how this series went, it was right there. Where he made the wrong call on the forward 4 and goes, oh, he's not going to duck now. Goes for it, and it's like, here comes the 8 millionth down 2 in a row. And it's just, ultimately, if you are prepared to win a game on a mix-up that is that high risk, high reward, you have to be prepared to lose it too. Which I think when Foxy loses, he kind of just very rarely looks like bitterly disappointed, as if, oh man, I made a mistake, because he knows in his heart that if you're going to play that variation of Lao efficiently, that is what you kind of have to stick to. And that kind of playstyle is not for the faint of heart.
No, and I think, again, you know, when you're a player that's been playing as long as Foxy has, and you accept that's just a part of it, it's quite... I mean, obviously, it's disappointing, for sure, but it's not going to be the kind of be-all, end-all, because, again, if you're willing to win with it, you have to be willing to lose with it too. You know, especially when you're against a player that is willing to just make those decisions, and that's what Tekken Master did, and that's what brings him on to loser side of the grand finals here at Viennality 2019. It's going to be Hayate coming over from Canada, obviously repping Panda Global, and NASA Esports Tekken Master. Now, this was a good set in winner's side. Of course, Hayate was able to make it work. Hayate bringing in that Aaron Black from start to finish. Tekken Master playing multiple characters, but really kind of playing more Sonya, I think, in this top 8 so far. Sonya and Gearus really have kind of been the two. But this should be shaping up to be quite a good one. These two players are 50 points away from each other in the standings, so you know this is going to be an important one.
Remember, everyone at home, follow NRS Esports on Twitter as well for everything you need to know about competitive Mortal Kombat 11 from this point onwards throughout the course of the year and next. I mean, there's so much going on for MK11. This is still a brand new game, and it's crazy to think that way, but there are plenty of tournaments around the world, and these guys will be at most of them if they're able to attend, hopefully, as sometimes this way goes offline. But so many of these players, they need the points, right? You mentioned this yourself before the losers finals, that Hayate and Tekken Master were both underneath Foxy in terms of points, and the fact that they are now both in the grand finals for Viennality means the two of them have jumped up in the rankings, and they needed it so bad. But the victory here is going to be a big deal, a really big deal. Tekken Master needs the points more. Hayate has been a bit more consistent. The fact he was actually able to enter Combo Breaker gave him a little bit of a head start. But he is on the grand finals on the winner's side. He has to win 1 3 out of 5. Tekken Master has to reset the bracket and then win a second time in a row.
One hat man to another.
Wait, is this for real? Is this real? This is Tekken Master bringing Kung Lao?
Well, that's just
Surely not.
I'm going to
really?
assume...
I mean, never say never. He plays a lot of characters. Wait, no, we are? Okay, Tekken Master bringing out the hat-tricks Kung Lao.
I am going to call a pretty gigantic question mark on this one, but we'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure Tekken Master is the last character Hayate... Tekken Master? Sorry, Kung Lao was the last character that Hayate was expecting.
Well, we did see Hayate versus Foxy as our first match of Winners Top 8, and it did go down to a Game 5. So maybe Tekken Master, you know, he's been here, he's been watching all the games. Maybe he saw something about how Hayate was playing the matchup that he was like, right, if I was playing here, I know what I'd do, and this is his chance to really show it why.
Well, we already saw, actually, one of the changes that Tekken Master, that forward 1 string that goes into a low hat, you very rarely see players actually extend it into Z-hat, right? There may be a gap there, that may be punishable, who knows, I'm sure we'll find out soon, but it's that temporary lack of knowledge that Hayate is probably going to have. If Tekken Master does anything here that Foxy doesn't do, it's probably going to work at least once. And yeah, he's already going for these like different strings and specials that... Oh, interested to see how this one goes. Round number 1 actually does go to Tekken Master. How about that?
That jump kick into the corner too. Okay, full combo going to be coming from this.
Yo, this is ridiculous. This is absolutely insane.
Almost.
Gets the down 1, but can't get the special on the end. Forward 4 again.
And commits. Now that may have been a way of because obviously the end of that string does have a big gap. Maybe that's a call out, expecting Hayate to try and blow it up with a flawless block, and he's just trying to hit with a spin. Tekken Master again, you know, he's willing to make these like dangerous decisions, but if it's right, the payout is huge, and he's willing to do it. And wow, the whiff. That was actually a punish on the down 1. That string with their on black is highly unsafe. Takes a long time to recover. Has the shot, so Tekken Master far away. Hayate just trying to get some breathing space. Tekken Master losing the resources on the teleport. Doesn't work out, but here he is. He's point blank. The throw comes out again. No escape failed. I think he was just sitting there waiting for a forward 4. Ooh, ouch. Now, this is scary territory. Both fatal blow. Oh, there's the wait. Oh, the early down to Hayate. Oh, the wake-up fatal blow. He's going to steal the round back. He's going to take it. It's going to cost a fatal blow for sure. Now, you said before, right, about how there could be the element of, I don't want to say unfamiliarity, because Hayate did look comfortable against Foxy, but certain elements, right? Like when you go for the amplified teleport, typically the thing you see players do is they'll move out of the way and then they'll just, because he can't change where he comes up, right? Only when. So a lot of players, they'll move and then they'll just whiff punish. But Hayate, he was sitting there the whole time. Oh, flawless block, but nothing from Tekken Master. I don't think he had the resources to get anything proper.
Ooh, he did have the escape failed, locked and loaded. We can't forget about that one. Damage to bring Tekken Master straight back into the fight. He's going to confirm now. Instant jump, take some damage, but yeah, just actually cancelling a lot more buttons into the Z-Hat. This is one of those different pieces of flair, and when Tekken Master has so many games that he needs to win, you kind of need to enforce some of that. Unfortunately, he's going to get clipped now. Full combo, can't throw the acid, it's already in play.
Ooh.
Instant jump kick to anti-air. He can still win if he gets a fatal blow.
Oh, now. Tekken Master.
Wow. Knocked down. Final play. The jump in, and he calls it. Oh, Tekken Master makes a brave decision, but doesn't work out, and I guess, right, live and die by it. But there it is. Hayate is going to get that first game. This Lao pick was... Nobody expected this, but it came really close to winning the game.
But it's the way that Tekken Master's playing it as well. It looks like he's really building a lot of his offense around the forward 1-3, which is a string that normally is very dangerous. Because pretty much if Hatrix opts to go for forward 1-3, if he finishes the string, there's a huge gap and he can die for it. If he goes for spin to blow up the flawless block, he can die for it. And even there, right, we saw him go to forward 1-3 teleport early on, forward 1-3 Z-Hat. I think he really is trying to keep Hayate really guessing as to what's going to be there, but some of them are reactable and some of them aren't so much, but you really have to just choose what it's going to be and go from there.
But ultimately, I mean, in my opinion, like the reason I think some of those plays went skewer from Tekken Master in game 1 was ultimately because there's a reason a lot of those strings actually aren't cancelled into Z-Hat. And Tekken Master did actually kind of throw himself away, you know, spins on block. Hayate just sitting there and more than content to punish. However, Tekken Master staying true to his guns, and he's got a really good start here versus Hayate. So yeah, just sit there and take it. It does chip out significantly. It does add a nice little bit of finishing touches there when it comes to chip damage.
Oh, okay, teleport.
Ooh, poking with the full string. Very brave stuff.
And again, Hayate opting not to go for the slide, expecting the breakaway from Tekken Master. Keeping himself as safe as possible. Throw tech. Oh, the cancels.
Ooh, you're so ready for Aaron Black to finish that string, right? These cancels can be a little bit unexpected. Down 3, and the grab comes out late, but it still works. Hayate now. One bad decision away. And wow, this delayed teleport has been putting in work for Tekken Master. You normally don't see the teleport actually really be that good for
But I like how Tekken Master is saving it for when Hayate is really low as well, right? When all he needs to do is just for it to hit once, and that's going to do it. We know, of course, this is actually is 1-0 to Hayate right now. We know the overlay is wrong. Don't worry, my friends. We're going to get that sorted out.
Knockdown. Stomp on him. I wouldn't stomp on Kung Lao's hat like that. He's like slicing his foot clean in half. Jump kick. And he can confirm forward 1. Nice and advancing. Ooh, how about that for a jump kick? Up 3. Stealing back a turn. And yeah, that 2-1's a high. Hayate knows it.
Now, we're not seeing anyone kind of optimally punish the whiff 2-1 yet, but I think we may as the set goes on. A lot of players are kind of just content, take the poke, take the advantage.
And I guess that's assuming Tekken Master sticks with Kung Lao all the way, because if it's a 2-0, knowing Tekken Master, there's a high chance he might change, but maybe not right now, where he's in fantastic form.
Oh, no hole in it, though.
And he tries to wake up Fatal Blow. Fortunately, it's only going to get meted by a down 3, which means that Tekken Master has another lifeline. One more. And now we're back to that one decision territory. And there it is. Tekken Master gets a game. This changed to Kung Lao, tying things up.
And again, on the back of a point-blank Z-Hat as well. So again, it's really working out. It really is working out for Tekken Master, you know, building his game around these specials. And it is again, it's a classic Tekken Master pick. It's something a bit unorthodox from him by his standards. But again, you know, I'm not too surprised. We know Tekken Master always plays a lot of character. I think they're trying to see if Foxy is able to be Hayate's coach, but I don't think it's being allowed. I don't think it was designated beforehand.
I wonder if Hayate actually has one.
Not really, no.
Well, we have 2 games done, and potentially plenty more of this Grand Finals left.
I mean, this could definitely still go either way if Tekken Master's playing that way. Again, like it's really paying off. This character choice, it was, you know, we questioned it at the start, but it's definitely working out.
I mean, I feel like we've reached a point where we should just stop questioning character changes from Tekken Master anyway, because how many times has he gone to what is a really odd pick, but it's made perfect sense, and he's actually done really well in tournament with it. It's what he's really known for. I mean, need we forget the Devourer of MKX that he got second at EVO with? But this is just definitely a different take. And I honestly think the biggest part of this is that it's just so different. This way of approaching the character is absolutely catching Hayate off guard, and he's having no time to try and adapt to what he should do differently here.
Okay, first time I've seen Hayate go to the low. He's going to get combo. Take a master. There's the breakaway. Oh, they're just a walk-up grab.
Right, fatal blow territory. This could be scary. Knocked down. What's the play?
Oh, he just disrespects. And Hayate not going to spend the fatal blow. Doesn't need to. Going to catch Tekken Master on the way up. Just getting hit raw by the standing 2. Hayate taking the round. Moving on. Saves the fatal blow as well, so he hasn't lost too many resources.
Now he got an early life lead. Jump kick, enforcing some more frames. Tekken Master probably expecting some sort of cancel. Tries to interrupt late. See that. Sit there and hold. Escape failed, and you know what that means.
Now it could be party time. Oh, max range jump kick. I like it.
That string is definitely not optimal. But again, it's just, if you throw it out that one time. This is a bit of a matchup change, I think. The fact that it is indeed interruptible. Hayate found the answer. But will it be the be-all end-all? Will it make a difference? Confirm. Acid puddle. Tekken Master in trouble. Tries to wake up fatal blow, but the down 3 is too meaty. That leaves Hayate 1 game away from winning Viennality 2019. And this is kind of what I expected, right? If he's 1 game before losing, right at the end, Hayate realized that there is a gap with that forward 1 string. And I think the moment that has been downloaded, this is now where Tekken Master goes, right, okay, so this is where a character change might have to come in, because he was relying heavily on unfamiliarity. And I understand it too. I definitely understand it.
The thing is, the unfamiliarity with that string was clearly there, and Tekken Master knew it. You know, we saw him go straight to Kung Lao there. I do wonder if there was an element of, you know, Tekken Master watching the game and winners and being like, oh, okay.
Oh, mirror match, boys and girls. So here we go.
If he thought he saw something before with the Lao matchup that paid off to the point to win a game, but like you said, he's decided it's not to be that way anymore as he goes to Aaron Black in what could be the last game of Viennality 2019. Tekken Master, he needs this. He needs to tie things up and then proceed to reset the bracket. Hayate only 1 game away from winning his first Premier Pro competition event.
I mean, when Tekken Master's back to the corner, he will do the most insane of hard read plays, and you know it's so historically worked well for him. But if there's any time to pull that out, it's going to be now. Here comes a duck into a crushing blow down 2. That's going to be one of them. The down 2's gone for the rest of the game, but he's already got half life in round 1 for it. Well worth the trade.
Oh, absolutely. For the down 2 crushing blow also. Tekken Master ready. Oh, okay. Oh, and there's the return back to that fast mid. Tekken Master running away with this. Oh, big wake up.
Every time one of these strings is blocked, though, it pushes Hayate closer into the puddle. Every single hit on block was 1 tick of the acid puddle at least.
He just kept like walking forward with the gun bar, moving back into it like 3 times, constant ticks.
Now it's going to be Hayate's turn to lay that offense on thick. Knocked down now, and the corner escape. Tekken Master.
Oh, the full whip though. Hayate committed hard to that one.
I really like Tekken Master's ability to actually acknowledge which stage is which on this tournament stage, right? Now, some players may actually miss the interactables because they're just not really paying attention or looking for it, but if there's a corner escape or some sort of escape to be had, Tekken Master is always on the money. All right, returning offense. The low pokes trade. Tekken Master tries to take a turn, but it's not his time. Amplify the puddle. Jump kick. So much chip coming out. And now if Tekken Master wants to press the advantage, he's going to take a lot of damage.
Okay.
Risks it on the low slide. Ooh, he's buffering. Standoff.
Oh. Wow.
They both have 1 bar left. Tekken Master has
Oh, the jump. No, he whiffed the whole string. He's going to die for it. That's going to be tournament point for Hayate. Just like that, 1 life bar to go.
Tekken Master still has the fatal blow, but I'm pretty sure Hayate does too. This final round is going to be explosive. Get off me!
You know Tekken Master's not content with this. He's playing this game really well. The switch to Aaron has been super good.
But he's spent all of his bullets, leaving Hayate with 8. And now the return. But hang on a minute. The amplified shot's going to blow through it. The dive kick, not ready for it. Drop kick back to back. And here we go. Hayate. He's going to press the advantage. Tekken Master expecting a cancel of some sort, but it's not today. A grab as well. 50% life gone, 50% left to go for the tournament.
Oh, my word. That's an opening. Oh, he just goes defensive bar back. He's going to use it. Hayate goes in for the pressure. The blocks from Tekken Master, he has to be so careful. The fatal blow is there. Oh, the whip. Okay, there's a string, and he's going to go straight into it. Pulls the triggers on the 2 revolvers, and we're going to see a lot of damage here.
Here's the thing.
I was going to put Hayate in his Fatal Blow, though.
It's going to activate Hayate's Fatal Blow, which means that if Tekken Master eats this, he is out of the tournament at second place. Buffering the standoff for another time.
Ooh.
He crouches down. It still goes through.
3, 4, 5.
He has 2 bullets left and a Fatal Blow. Woo. The final moment. This is a standoff if I've ever seen it. 1 bullet left in the rifle. Is he going to spend it? The acid to enforce neutral.
Oh. The string, first time I've seen that all top 8.
Where did those bullets come from? Where are they coming from, Mustard? He's run out of ammo!
He can't do anything! The slide! The block! Tekken Master, he got the punish, and the crushing blow comes through! The clutch of this man to just hold off! Absolutely backed against the ropes, and still playing out of his mind. Oh, the last 20 seconds of that game were magic.
You know Hayate is sitting there right now thinking, why did I do that?
Oh, well, it's a question he's going to have to answer another time as we go into what could be the reset game or the final game of the tournament. It's going to be one or the other.
This is ridiculous. It's either the tournament victory or it's a brand new 3 out of 5 on the way. The wake-up roll. That's a whiff punish.
Yeah, a perfect start for Tekken Master. He has the defensive bar out of Hayate. He's got the life lead. He has the full screen space to work with.
Oh, get back in there.
But that was an advantage situation for Tekken Master because Hayate was sat in acid. Look at the damage. Oh, okay. Counter hit, boys. Oh, no confirm.
I mean, when you're on reset points, sometimes these little small, minuscule execution errors, they're almost unavoidable.
Maybe.
Down to
be a trade. Both counter hits.
Technically 0, I guess, if you factor that in then. Taking it in turns. Check out my gun, man. Nah, my gun butt's better than yours.
Oh! The whiff. Hayate, very low on health. I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's definitely difficult with that acid. Oh, the slide. Brave stuff. Big delay. Wake up into buttons. And Hayate pushed back into the acid. And Tekken Master finds himself on reset point. If he takes this life bar, it's going to be a reset bracket. And we're going back to square one.
I know this crowd definitely favors Hayate. They really want Hayate to take this.
Aside from the front row, which is pretty much all Middle East.
Except for the front row, obviously, yeah. Oh, here we are again. This town ain't big enough for the both of us. Acid puddle again. Oh my God!
Oh, you're feeling lucky, Hayate.
Was it 6 bullets or was it 5? I gotta admit, in the chaos of the match, I lost count myself.
Well, luckily they have changed it, so we can see the bullets in the bottom of the HUD now.
Oh, thanks, guys. Cheers.
Ooh, he blocked in time.
Down 3. He's now gonna press. Tekken Master does not want to overextend. Anti-air drop kick. Ooh. This is the most insane round. Oh,
it actually looks like quite a slow-paced full-screen game if you're both willing to kind of trade scud shot for rifle. Still the Tekken Master. He's blowing through the magazine. There's nothing left there in the tank for him. Oh, big drop kick out the corner though. Hard read, man. He catches it, goes for it back to back. The amplify. Hayate not scouting out. The throw escape. Very important, but he's not out of dodge yet. He's going to return fire. Oh. Oh my goodness, block.
The unsaved!
Big
block. Shades of the last game!
Opts to save the crushing blow as well, knows that the breakaway is coming and decides it's not worth it, but the fatal blow is there. Uh-oh, walks straight into it, the acid! And the chip damage. Is that enough? Ooh, okay, didn't have the defensive bar. And tournament point for Hayate. Reset or tournament victory, we're going to see in the next 90 seconds or less.
Oh, acid. Established already. Ooh. But yeah, too close for Hayate to risk it himself. The drop kick comes through, but it's going to get blocked. This is insane. The confirm, launch, breakaway. You had no choice. Not back now.
Oh, the down 4 max range. Tekken Master is neutral's playing very well, but loses the trade on the scud shot.
I mean, ultimately the knockdown is guaranteed acid puddle, right? It is the knockdown frames that allows the acid puddle to come through. He lies down on the acid! Only minimal damage though, it disappears at the magic time. Tekken Master not ready for that wayward down 1. Gets a jump in, he gets a grab, escape failed! Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs, that doesn't mean a lot for Hayate now if he gets grabbed.
The delay wake up though, he's being careful. Into the scud shot, big jump in the block. The environment interaction gets out of that corner immediately. Oh! Max range drop kick, the roll. Oh, the bar being spent. Nothing on defense for Tekken Master. He can't get opened up anymore. Oh, the drop kick again. Oh, the jump in.
No anti-air!
Oh, the neutral crowd at last minute. Wow.
He has breakaway, but this is his last chance. The wake-up fatal blow. This very well might be the tournament.
I think that's it. I think that's it.
The damage is good.
No. Maybe. What?
Oh, my God! That's going to be PG Hayate defeating Tekken Master. The last possible hit, and the room explodes, Mustard. The third stop is done and dusted.
Wow, Hayate. Look at that, Foxy. You know he's feeling that one. Just like Oh, I can't believe it, Hayate! The fatal blow! Of course the Aaron Black mirror match would come down to the fatal blow at the very end. Of course it came down to the fatal blow. Would it be anything else?
That was one of the most ridiculous grand finals we've ever seen. And the hard-earned crowd chant. Be proud of him, but we gotta say, man, Tekken Master, this was a hell of a path. Second place is a wonderful result. And it was both players in that grand finals definitely deserved their spot.
That was incredible. Absolutely incredible. Hayate just basking in the glory, the well-deserved spotlight as he manages to take it on what could have just as easily, by a decision or two, be a bracket reset by now. But Tekken Master, though, we have to give credit where it's due. Starting off that grand finals with Kung Lao, making it work, swapping to Aaron Black, literally so close to the reset. And taking out some truly amazing players along the way. What a grand finals. I don't think we could have asked for anything more.
I mean, the fact that this actually began as close as it was because of an extremely surprise pick into Kung Lao was something that I don't think any of us would have believed.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely. That was like the last character I would have expected to see from Tekken Master.
But look at the tactic that happened then. Actually, I really agree with that with Tekken Master. He went Kung Lao first, purposefully did a lot of stuff that, even though we found out at the end isn't real because you can interrupt it, it was used to try and score some bonus games first. And
Which it did. Exactly that. Tekken Master. He's a man with a plan, and he goes in. This is a man that does his homework. He knows what characters to bring. He knows what he's looking for. He is an intelligent player, and that's why we saw him get second place on those standoffs. How many times do you see that happen? This is just such a masterclass of the mirror match from both sides, especially Tekken Master, right? Tekken Master, it's not easy to swap from character to character to character, let alone in one set, in one tournament. We saw him play Sonya, we saw him play Geras, we saw him play Aaron Black yesterday. Today, we saw him play Kung Lao in grand finals to decent success. And then, oh my God, I can't get over it. That was such a good way to end this tournament. And it's just the third stop on the pro competition. We have so many more left to go, but going back to what we were talking about earlier, Hayate was 50 points ahead of Tekken Master before that grand finals, is going to be a little bit more than that ahead now as he manages to take first place. But Tekken Master, he's done himself an amazing service at just getting himself that one step closer to that pro competition finals later on.
That must have done just the absolute right amount too.
Oh, I wonder by how much as well. I wonder by how much that did it. That must have been just on the edge of enough, because that last bullet with the fatal blow, that last bit, I was about to say with Kung Lao, but it's Aaron Black. It's too crazy here. It doesn't do that much. It really doesn't. And so much had been done before. So much of it is the bullets at the start before the cinematic, and then you've got the other bullets.
Aaron Black's fatal blow is top heavy.
For sure. So I wasn't sure what we were going to see, but it did work out, and we get our top 8 players ready on the stage to accept their medals, and of course the trophy for Hayate. And what a top 8! What a top 8! What a top 8!
I am beyond words proud of what Viennality was able to build. From the very first Viennality, which was strictly Mortal Kombat X 4 years ago, to where we are now. With actually, it might even be more than that. I mean, time really does fly, honestly. But
guys, can we get a round of applause for Viennality 2019? This tournament has grown from a small Mortal Kombat X tournament to a little Austrian man getting top 4 in Pro League Season 2, putting that money into building Viennality into absolutely a mainstay of EU Mortal Kombat. This has just been such a crazy tournament, and the players have just blown us away with what they bring to the table. If this is what the third event had in store, I can't wait to see the rest. We've got EVO soon. Obviously, we've got the Intercontinental. Shout out to the Intercontinental Combat, and we have events 4. It's going to be getting an international guaranteed into the pro competition finals as well. There is so much more to play for. If you're a European international fan of Mortal Kombat, get to these events. You will not regret it.
Give it up for Shark Teeth, everybody. I'm sure the Middle East boys are proud of him, but up next, it's your boy, originally Green Arrow, now the Cage, Yamini! And up next, Asadamase! All right, I know you're going to make noise for this one, the hometown hero, the Crazy Lao himself, Boki! coming up in 4th place, the young blood from the United Kingdom, Dizzy TT.
Biased, not biased.
Shut up, Jake. Coming in 3rd place, a very foxy grandpa.
Biased, not biased. ×2.
Shut up, Jake, ×2. In 2nd place, the man from the Middle East, the original Kotal Khan, the remover of the fox hat, it's Tekken Master! And finally, your Viennality 2019 champion, it's PG Hayate!
Really, words cannot do justice just how hard our players here worked this weekend. Hayate flying over from Canada. Of course, huge shout-outs to Honeybee and Biohazard for making the trip alongside him. But it was Hayate that made it work at the very end. That was so close to a bracket reset, but Hayate said, no, this is going to be a 3-game grand finals.
It's
and
crazy.
just listen to the crowd.
I'm going to let the crowd rock.
Need I say more?
I'm going to let the crowd rock for a little while. There we go, it's over. Again. Why does this keep
You
happening,
said it last
Jake?
time, then it ended immediately.
Why does this keep happening, Jake? But I mean, what left is there to say about how this tournament has gone? It's been a phenomenal display of international Mortal Kombat. It's been the continuation of the pro competition storyline. Hayate definitely will admit himself that by his own standards, he underperformed in the first couple of majors. And this win meant everything to him.
By his own high standards, no less as well.
Exactly.
Hayate known for topping those tournaments, right? Top 8s, top 4s, brings it at the World Finals time after time, but isn't going to need to wait until the finals this year, as MK11, 2 months out of the gate, is already looking stellar competition-wise. The world is playing Mortal Kombat. The world is watching Mortal Kombat, and I personally could not have asked for more, as we have the next pro competition stop coming up in under a month's time. So it's not long to wait before we'll see the best go at it one more time. But before we sign off, let's have one final look at the bracket to see what happened in this adventure that was the top 8.
I feel like I've run out of words at this point. You know, we're so close to wrapping up this show.
Recycle them then.
I mean, huge congratulations to what Hayate has been able to achieve today. I think this is a massive boost of confidence for him. I think it's really helped him validate himself. I mean, this is the man that coined the phrase.
Not that he needed it, but
this is the man that coined the phrase, I am God. And now he's been able to prove that with a major pro competition win. Tekken Master has been able to cement himself as a very, very serious threat. Foxy maintains his rampage as being now, due to attendance, the only player in the pro competition to have top 8 in every single stop so far. The climb of Dizzy TT and how he gets better and better. And just the plethora of international players that we saw turn up and play the best we've ever seen them play Mortal Kombat.
And I, for one, am excited to see what the future holds, as we are, again, I cannot stress enough, 2 months into this game. It's been 2 months, and we've had 3 major pro competition events. We've had online. We've had, I mean, just so much. And so much more to come. We have just scratched the surface of this game. But before we decide to end things, we're going to throw you over to the stage for some special words. Not just yet. We'll go to that soon. Don't you worry. But we will be having some words from the main organizer of Viennality himself, Storm. I know those of you at home will be really enjoying that. But we're going to go to a quick break while we get that set up.
Now, before we do the outro, I was waiting for you guys to change it. The outro will be...
Hi guys.
Welcome back to the stream. My name is P&D Ketchup.
And my name is P&D Mustard. You know us, we do a lot of things now.
Yeah, we're actually casters, but we're actually not casters.
Not more casters now.
Yeah, I'm Storm, this is Hachka. We've been doing the Viennality for 4 years now, and we just wanted to thank everyone who participated, everyone who watched the stream. Obviously, a big shout-outs to NetherRealm Studios, Warner Brothers, for always supporting us. And we just hope you all had a good time. And yeah, we'll see you next year, I guess, right?
I wanted to say thank you, all people who work with us, and thank you very much that we have the chance to do what we do. And we do what we love, and really, thank you very much. All guys sitting there watching the stream. Thank you guys. Thank you guys also here.
Give it up.
Thank you very much. I live for that. I love for that. FGC is punk rock. And it's now your turn. Thank you.
Peace out, guys. That's all we have to say.
Thanks.
Shout out to Intersport, Travis, Zach,
And all the
Petro
guys.
Master
You know
for the
it.
commentary, all the casters, everyone who's involved with the event. Just a huge thank you. From
And
the bottom
now
of our
we
heart.
make some party.